sports animal.
The long snap is there. Ball put down. The right-footed kick is away and good. Green Bay has their first lead of the game. Crosby runs to the side. It will do the Lambeau leap. Zeros on the clock. Fireworks shoot. The Packers have won 23-22 in a thriller in Lambeau.
Well, I'm not sure that was a Lambeau leap. That was more like a Lambeau lift. Sometimes you got a little, here, help me up. Come on. Sometimes what?
Sometimes you need a little
pick me up. Yeah, a little Lambeau lift. That was Kevin Harlan, courtesy Westwood 1. It was a good game. It was a controversial game, and I'm going to preface this with a couple of things. Okay, I hate ripping on officials. I hate making it about officials, and I do believe that the Lions left a lot on the field early in the game. When they settle for field goals instead of getting touchdowns, it never comes down to one call, okay? And secondly, I realize it is a hard job that has been getting more difficult over the last couple of years as they continue to throw more rules at the officials, more emphasis at the officials, more whatever. But it's bad, and it's gotten. And I told you this after I think week 1. I said it's really tough. Like it's getting it. I still enjoy football, but they're almost refereeing the enjoyment out of it. It slows the game down. There are so many bad calls. If you watch the end of that Cowboys-Jets game on Sunday afternoon, it was every play. And I get it. And then when there's not, you go back and say, well, why wasn't there one there? I mean, we're at that point now. It out of control, and the NFL has got to do something about the officiating. And last night there were 2 bad calls that weren't penalties. Trey Flowers got called twice. The defensive lineman for the Detroit Lions got called twice on third downs, key third down plays on hands to the face where he didn't go hands to the face. He wasn't he was the shoulders, which is the technique that you are taught to do. And it kept the ball in Aaron Rodgers' hands. And do we know what the outcome would have been? No. But certainly the last one, Green Bay kicks their field goal, and Matthew Stafford, who's had a pretty good game, gets the ball back with a minute 23, a minute 30 seconds to go, and it's not just this game. It's been a lot of them, and it started. Do we overreact now, JJ? By the way, good morning. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Hoser, Alden's in on the ProView side today, producing for you. Do we overreact now? And now is this reviewable, like pass interference? Can you review any penalty now? Do we go that way? Do we put an eye in the sky where basically there's an official who is an official, part of the officiating crew, who's watching? They do it in Canada. Who watches the game and can go down and say, he sees the replay, say, hey guys, no, that wasn't. Let's just pick up the flag, or hey, you missed a blatant call here, and try it.
The whole thing with that is how quick can that get done? Because I do not need to see the referee running over to the sidelines.
I got it.
To look at a review. I don't need to see them huddling, because if that's the case, then I'm not watching football anymore. Like it will get to that point.
Well,
where,
it's on the way for a lot of people.
I'll look at my fantasy football team, but watching an entire football game at any level these days is getting really hard to do. And with length, with the penalties, with the reviews. So the only thing I could think of is final 2 minutes, because there's things that have to be fixed in the game, and you'll probably see that like with less flags just being thrown in general. Because remember when Tom Brady tweeted
what about the holding
the
of the Thursday night game, and all of a
the
sudden
holding calls went down?
That's right.
So the only thing I think in like what we're going to see right now is just less flags in a game. Other than that, do you just open it up 2 minutes? All is fair game. You say final 2 minutes, whatever happens.
So can you
completely
check it out. Officiate the last 2 minutes differently than you officiate?
Well, that's what we're focusing on because of how a game ended.
Yeah, I understand. And that's where the overreaction is going to be. I just, how do you officiate the last 2 minutes of a game completely differently than you officiate
like the NBA
the whole game? Yeah, and I don't like that either.
Well, then what is the solution? I get it. There's frustration.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks referees need to be full-time. You can't see that in full speed. None of us can make those calls in full speed on the field. Yeah. We can all make those calls watching a replay.
No, it's easy. And we've got...
So is it more like changing the rules, maybe clarifying the rules more specifically, or making them more simple somehow?
They're clear.
Yeah.
It's hands to the face or neck area, and the dude's hand was on the shoulder pad. They missed it.
They missed it twice. We shouldn't know Jeff Rice's name. Like, we shouldn't. Jeff Rice is the umpire who threw the flag both times.
Could have been overruled by the replay official?
No. And now pass interference can. So do you throw this one into that bucket now? Oh, we got to go back because we totally lost our mind.
Overturning those calls.
And they're not. Right. Would they have overturned this one? Right. I mean, and that's fair.
Yeah, because then you take, the officials on the field, you take away pretty much their jobs. Like, you don't really count.
Well, so here's, and to JJ's point, because he's not wrong, I think a lot of what officiating has done is kept flags in pockets at some point because they figure, well, especially on turnovers. Well, if I'm wrong, then they'll overrule it and we'll be fine. Right? I'm just going to let this thing play out. The penalty thing, so what can they do? JJ, I think it's emphasis. I think there's been so much emphasis on this and this and this and this and this. Can't hit the quarterback, can't go hands to the face, can't do this on a receiver. And I think they just need to back off on these emphasis and let these guys play football. And are they going to miss a call? We overreacted so much, and I get it, man. And I'm not a Saints fan, and I'd still be pissed off if I was. But we changed the whole game, and this has been happening since before the Saints game. But the emphasis, we want to protect players.
The funny thing with that is they didn't change the game.
Well, they added the rule, but they didn't change the game. Yeah.
That is not being overturned because replay is siding with the call.
No, you're absolutely right. So they kind of said, yeah, here's a tool, but you can't use it. Yeah, or you can use it, but it will not work for you. So yes, in theory, because I think in some respects they want to put it in so they could take it out. Right? It's on a 1-year trial, so that I think that's going to go away. But I don't know what you do anymore. Head of officials, the umpire threw both of them. The last one was really the only one I've discussed with him. Basically, it's for illegal use of the hands to the face, foul. To be a foul, we basically need some forceful contact that's prolonged to the head and the neck area of the defender. So in his mind, his head, he had him pinned back, and it was prolonged, and that's what created the foul. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. And did it cost the Lions the game? It's your perspective. Ultimately, yeah, they didn't get the ball back. Is that the only thing? No, but you know what? It's the end of the game. Dougie just was in here. You're right. The end of the game, the last 2 minutes, yeah, it's more important. It's more intense. It's more egregious. The question is, what do you do? I'm going to tell you, and I want to look more into how Canada does it, because Canadian football have the referee in the booth. He's in a box. He's watching the game like you and I do. He's got replay. And I'm with you. I don't need a bunch more delays. But this is garbage.
Because that's still going to be a delay. Because you throw the flag and you're like, wait, give me 20 seconds. All right, you saw the replay. Oh, by the way, we're going to pick up this flag. Okay. And then we're moving on.
So I was a long time ago, and it feels like a long time ago, at the point where I'm okay with a little bit of a delay if they get it right. But now it's not a little bit of a delay. It's a big bit of a delay, and it's freaking constant.
What about a time limit on the reviews?
Okay. I mean, you still want to get it right? And I think, to JJ's point, if you use the eye in the sky, on those two plays last night, right, they called the penalty, and while they're marking it off, he's looking at it, buzz down, hey, no, pick up the flag. And I don't even know that there needs to be a conversation about it. If the guy upstairs can see it on thing, right, to my point, there doesn't need to be a conversation. Bzz, hey, pick up the flag. After further review, there's no penalty on the play. Boo! And it's fourth down. And he says, it's fourth down at the 23-yard line. Put 1:47 on the clock. Let's go. You don't think so? I hate adding more layers too, man. I do, and I think they need to peel some layers back. I do, and I think they need to peel some layers back on the enforcement and on the points of emphasis.
I don't know if it can get better other than just not throwing flags, because we're going to see every mistake. We're going to be able to analyze every mistake, and the referees are absolutely doing that. But do it in real time. And as much as we all hate referees and think they suck, it's not going to ever be perfect.
No, it's hard.
They're trying to do those things in real time.
It's hard. We're at the point now where every play, look at every incomplete pass. Am I overestimating?
No,
over exaggerating.
Anytime I see a play like that, I'm like holding my breath, especially if
the receiver's looking for it. The receiver's looking for interference, right? Every time a ball hits the ground.
Is that when he catches it?
And then you look back and you say, well, I guess it could be, right? Mm-hmm. Well, they called the last one. I guess they can call that one. So what is pass interference anymore? Because I don't think I know. Do you?
So then maybe the players should not try to entice the referees. Hey, just go out there and play, and don't be.
That's a part of sport at every level.
Look at basketball players, right? Look at baseball players on a strike. How Alex got called out on a strike the other day. Just it was wrong. I mean, that's sport. You can't take that.
He was walking away. He's like, "That's high."
Yeah,
that was high.
Yeah, and he was right, by the way. In your robotic strike zone. Less flags. Yeah, less
That's
flags.
the only way to do it.
Yes,
because you can't change the rules. Like everything is pretty obvious.
Keep changing the damn rules. We keep changing the rules.
Yeah, but you can't. Like there's not a way to simplify it. Like we know by now the big things, like what holding is, what this is that. There's contact, but we're at the point where, as you just mentioned, on every single pass play, we have to have a referee chime in on the broadcast. Like, oh, and here's a referee, Joe Smith. What do you think, Joe? Well, I saw some contact there. It's like, just stop. Take that away. So we don't need that in a game. Every single play. That makes it worse.
As we go to break, therein lies the reason. I've got the reason. There's new referees, and all the referees are retiring because they're all going to television to make more money. All the good referees have gone to be analysts on television to make more. I got to believe they're making more money on Fox and ESPN and NBC than they were as referees, right? They're all analysts now. They never miss a call. I mean, I'm kidding, kind of, but. All right, 2460610. Come on in, 888-922-0610. Doug Martin due to be with us at 8 o'clock this morning. We're going to get more into this. Obviously, we're going to talk about the Cowboys because everybody is. Talk about the baseball last night. That Aztec sure can pitch. And LeBron talked about the China situation, kind of. It's the opening drive at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
Crafters, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that could happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000.
And a swing and a miss. Goldschmidt a strikeout victim in the first. And a swing and a miss. He struck him out. There's a swing and a miss. Infield Young. He's at first. And down goes Carpenter. And he got him. Changeup. Strikeout number 8. And he got him. Another strikeout. Number 9 for Strasburg.
It's courtesy of TBS. So remember, and it was like 11 years ago already, and it doesn't feel like that long, does it? Steven Strasburg was the number 1 overall pick in the Major League Baseball draft out of San Diego State. And it was pretty unanimous, right, that he was going to be the number 1 pick. And then he went through a lot of injuries in his career. And was he worth it? Was he worth it? Well, I think right now, as the Washington Nationals are 1 win away from the World Series, I think everybody associated with that organization and who wears that W that is very similar to the Walgreens W on their hat would tell you it was worth it. He has been flat out terrific in the postseason. It was really good all season long.
For this moment.
Yeah.
When they said, you know what, you're not pitching in the playoffs, it was all about this moment.
Well, and it was right. Remember, we're going to sit you down. You've already reached your max pitches and load management before it was called load management. Would you say at this point they feel get us to the World Series and win this thing, that it was all worth it?
Well, not going back there, but what they did this season, yes.
He's been pretty good. 12 strikeouts yesterday for Steven Strasburg. 8-1 was the Nationals' score over the Cardinals yesterday. Game 3 of the National League Championship Series in our nation's capital, and they are 1 game away. 3-0 is the lead for the Nationals. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda, J.J. Buck, Hoser, and Alden's producing for you over on the visual medium. It's ProView Networks. You can find us at ProViewNetworks.com, Comcast Channel 26 on the Facebook, on all of their social media platforms at Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and go to our Facebook page, the OD in the AM. Not only are they getting pitching, and they're getting sensational pitching, and Corbin's going to go for them today, weather permitting, they're getting clutch hits. They're getting the 2-out hits. We were talking yesterday about how the Astros were not, how the Dodgers did not. They are, and really postseason baseball is pitching, and it's 2-out, it's clutch hitting, and they're getting all of that.
In this series, had one home run last night, Robles, for the Nationals, but it was Zimmerman, Kendrick, Eaton, and Rendon with 2 out RBIs. They were 4 of 8 with runners in scoring position. That's what wins you postseason games. As we see it settle down a bit, you hit home runs and prevent home runs to get to the playoffs, and then you do have to do some regular old-school baseball things to win these games. The Cardinals just do not have the offense, and they were able to feast on a Braves pitching staff that was good, but not as good as the Washington Nationals on the front end. I think that's where Atlanta is going to do work in the offseason to improve their starting pitching, because all the metrics for the Cardinals were this is a below-average offense. You get them against some good pitchers, it's a below-average offense.
But they're hitting now. You're talking about the Nationals, right?
No, the Cardinals.
Oh, the Cardinals. The Cardinals are average. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the Cardinals are average, and they're running into really good pitching. Back to the American League today. You get them both today. Again, this is weather permitting because they're expecting a lot of weather on the East Coast today, and I know they're really concerned about getting both of these in. The first one will be the American League. It goes at 2:08 our time is what time it's scheduled to go on Fox Sports 1. Astros and Yankees, Garrett Cole against Luis Severino in the Bronx tonight, and then this afternoon and then this evening you'll get Game 4, Cardinals and Nationals. It'll be Dakota Hudson and Patrick Corbin going in that one, and I'll get you a weather report at some point, but I know they're really concerned about that. I think it's a big one for the Astros, although they're coming off the big win, the momentum. The Yankees feel like they've got the upper hand, don't they?
I don't really think anyone feels like they have the upper hand coming off the split. I think the Yankees did what you expected them to do, to beat Greinke and then, man, almost get that one with Justin Verlander on the mound. That would have just been amazing to take a 2-0 lead back to New York, because that was the easiest split. Like we were talking about, once we knew the pitching matchup, you said, all right, if the Yankees going to really push this series, you got to get game one, which they did. Because today, you have your fingers crossed if you're Aaron Boone and get 4 innings out of Severino and get to that pin. It might even be less, like what we saw with James Paxton the other night, where they immediately went to the bullpen, plus having the off day. So it gets all those guys rested and back in it. So, 3 to 4 from Severino, best case scenario, and then get to the pin. Because I just think as we've watched the postseason play out, and it's so hard, even when you're looking at Justin Verlander, like he didn't pitch bad the other night. No. They just didn't get any run support from his team. But I think Garrett Cole is like just a half tick better than Justin Verlander right now.
I agree with that.
And so that's why, looking at Game 3, I'm leaning to the Stros and Garrett Cole.
All right. Severino's been very good.
Well, he pitched 4 innings in his 1 outing against the Twins.
I'm thinking the bigger picture. I mean, yeah, it's hard to. What have the Yankees done in the playoffs? Because they played 5 games. But
and the only pitcher that has really given them any length and like, all right, we're going to lean on this guy has been Tanaka at any point, really, the last few weeks of the season. So.
All right, so that's what you get baseball-wise today. Football's off, but that doesn't mean you can't talk about it.
We will.
Nate likes the vest. Thank you, Nate. Appreciate that. Fred says, how about interviewing Eddie Nunez on what is being done to fix UNM football and why Davey's still coaching? What do you think, Fred? And so, I mean, you can – and we'll talk to him. I think Eddie's going to be in on Friday, actually. We're working on that, Fred. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know you're going to hear what you want to hear. Why is he still coaching? Well, I mean, part of it's going to be money, I'm going to guess. Mm-hmm. I wonder what time their charter leaves. I know they wanted him to come in Friday, but I wonder if that's going to work. I don't think he's going to lay all his cards on the
same reason why we don't discuss about that football team dropping down every single day.
Yeah, because the same answers all the time. Yeah. But, I mean, fair enough. And good morning, Wanda. Good numbers over on the Facebook right now. And you can watch the show. All right. Lobo football, Bob will speak today. I'm not going to be able to get out there today with everything going on. But did you get a sense, and I got a bunch of calls afterwards yesterday about what about the quarterback thing, what's Davey going to do? What was the sense after you left here yesterday and thought about what Bob Davey had to say and how he had to say it and all that stuff?
It's going to be a fascinating week for Tabaka Tuioti. If anyone even gets to talk to him after practice, what is he going to say running off that field now that a coach put it out there? So it's a situation that they have to address. And the more I thought about the Colorado State game just as a whole moving forward, as bad as that defense was, you still go back to that moment where it was one possession game, you have the football.
Yeah.
And you turn it over.
You turned it over.
So how can that team stop making those mistakes? Because that had nothing to do with quarterback play, throwing the ball in a passing situation. It was a rushed snap, missed jet sweep.
All of that's right.
Because this team can run the football. Despite those passing numbers, they were in one possession game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. And they didn't get it done.
Yeah.
The Devaka thing is the one thing that really lingered with me. You know, what are they going to do? What are they going to do with this whole thing? And where does it go? All right, we'll talk more about that. I want to get into Cowboys. You get the LeBron sound from yesterday talking about China?
I do not, but I'll work on it for you.
All right, we'll get that because I think we need to get into that as well. Fellas, I don't know if you're in the situation, but I know many of you are. If you found yourself maybe feeling sluggish, you don't have the energy that you used to have, maybe you want to take care of hair loss. You're struggling with erectile dysfunction or weight loss. You don't have to struggle with it anymore. Call NuMale and take care of it. You can feel like you again because it's not going to flat out just go away by ignoring it. And certainly, guys, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Low T, erectile dysfunction, lack of energy, they're all natural when men reach a certain age. You don't have to accept it. Call NuMale. The phone number is 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688. You can feel better. Men everywhere have made the call, and they're enjoying the benefits of NuMale's cutting-edge programs. The latest treatments taking care of low T, lack of energy, depression. NuMale's going to help you feel like you again. Call NuMale at 505-652-1688. It's right here in Albuquerque. NuMale boasts fantastic success rates, and that means guys maybe like you are regaining their strength, their confidence. If you're suffering from ED, depression, just flat out tired of being tired, NuMale is for you. Make that call at 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 and feel better.
Sports Animal time is now 7:27. Time to take another look at this morning's commute. This report is sponsored by Clark's Pet Emporium. Well, we have two accidents to worry about right now. One is, or the latest one, I should say, is the accident at Broadway and Lomas. Multiple lanes blocked, and watch out for debris in the road. That just happened just a few minutes ago. And then from earlier to this morning, we still have that crash at San Mateo and Pan American. It's affecting the right lane, and it looks like it took out the lights there, so treat that like a four-way stop if you happen to come through there. For more than 45 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Now your pet can be a star. Send a message to Clark's Pet's Facebook page with a photo of your pet and the hashtag Clark's Pet Calendar. For all your pet needs, go to clarkspets.com. And if you see an accident, make sure and give us a call on the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167, brought to you by American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center at I-25 and Comanche. I'm Josue with Sports Animal Traffic.
The Jim Rome Show.
The Sports Animal has been in existence a quarter of a century. This radio station is so amazing. I have been on that station 25 years. I'm really, really grateful for that. Really thankful for that. Albuquerque is an incredible jungle market.
The Jim Rome Show. Weekdays at 10, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Tonight on USA. From the world of Jason Bourne.
What's Treadstone?
A Soviet-controlled program designed to create human weapons.
Comes a new event series.
These people are still out there, asleep, and someone's waking them up.
You will be a great soldier for our cause.
Please don't make me do this.
Don't miss the premiere of Treadstone, tonight at 10/9 Central, immediately following the Season 2 premiere of The Purge at 9/8 Central on USA.
Has your car been blindsided? Make the right call to Quan's Auto Body. With our certified collision repair and top quality customer service, you'll be sure to score with this decision. With 39 years of local experience, Quan's Auto Body is the only choice you should ever need when it comes to choosing an auto body shop. Come and see the guys who make it better at any of our 3 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Quan's Auto Body. We make it better. Visit quans.com.
Yum! Breakfast or lunch at Wex. Doesn't get any better than that, right? Yes, it does. Eat at any Albuquerque area Wex today, and 25% of all sales will be donated to CareNet Pregnancy Center. Be part of Wex Gives Back, serving great food and our community.
Hi, I'm Teresa Caputo. You've seen my show, Long Island Medium, on TLC. Now you get to see me live.
Live audience readings with Teresa Caputo, Saturday, October 26th. Tickets at Isleta Box Office or Isleta.com.
Hope to see you there.
Roto-Rooter jingle, take 1.
Call Roto-Rooter.
That's the name.
Take 2.
Call Roto-Rooter.
That's the name.
Take 17.
Call Roto-Rooter.
That's the name.
And away go troubles
down the drain.
Let's try it like this.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away goes troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Call Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs.
Right now, the Home Depot makes replacing your old carpet easy with more styles and colors to choose from. There's
Okay, last spot. Got that clip for you.
any carpet purchase of $499 or more, all by licensed local pros, backed for life. Today is the day for doing and saving with free carpet installation only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. For a limited time, $4.99 minimum purchase required. Typically $6.99. For license information, visit homedepot.com/license numbers. Valid through November 6, 2019.
The Dan Patrick Show, today at 1, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, we're going to talk with Doug Martin coming up at 8 o'clock this morning, New Mexico State's head football coach. Aggies lost at Central Michigan over the weekend. Former Aggie coach Hal Mumme, just been going back and forth. He's going to be the offensive coordinator in the XFL with the Dallas Renegades. He said, yep, coming on with you guys, but got to go through my SID. I don't think they like me going rogue. It's not like the old days where you could just
going rogue.
Text Hal Mumme, say, you want to come on? No, yeah, but call my guy.
I got a job.
Make sure he knows. Yeah, I understand the rules. So I got to believe Hal maybe tomorrow. But Hal Mumme will be on with us coming up soon. All right, 2460610 is the Quan's Auto Care hotline. You get United tomorrow. Big match tomorrow at home against the, Tacoma, right?
Yes.
What we call them now, not the Seattle Sounders too. It's, what's Tacoma what?
Defiance.
So we got that tomorrow out at the ball pitch, and the weather's really been perfect for them. So I think that's great. And big matches, the last two for them to get into the postseason. And then you're gonna have basketball right around the corner. You got preseason basketball, hockey's already going. So we're really coming into the sports solstice right about now. LeBron James was asked. It was the first time since the whole mix-up in China, and I don't know if mix-up does it justice.
No.
I mean, the cluster that was China, and it always was ignited when Daryl Morey, who is the general manager of the Houston Rockets, sent out a tweet in support of Hong Kong. And if you don't know politically what's going on, I mean, Hong Kong for months have seen protests there, increasing violence between demonstrators and police. And there's a proposal that would allow extradition from what was basically a semi-autonomous territory to mainland China, and it's a human rights issue. It's a gigantic issue for a lot of people, and I think the majority of people in America, right, are on the side of understand the plight of I don't want to take sides. Understand the plight of the people who are fighting to maintain their freedom. Fair?
Yes.
Okay. And then Daryl Morey had his tweet, and I get so uncomfortable sometimes forcing these guys to say something. Like, do you think LeBron didn't speak, nor did anybody else while they were there, which was the right thing?
Yes,
right?
None of those guys should have said anything.
It was the absolute right thing.
Because the Houston Rockets conveniently were in Japan this whole time.
No, that's right. It was the right thing. You don't need anything being said, taken the wrong way to escalate a situation that was escalated way too far. LeBron spoke yesterday. We'll play it for you, and I'm curious of what you think. I'm not going to, be the guy that just jumps on him, although I know a lot of people are. But here's what LeBron had to say yesterday.
We all talk about this freedom of speech. Yes, we all do have freedom of speech, but at times there are ramifications for the negative that can happen when you're not thinking about others and you're only thinking about yourself. So I don't believe I don't want to get into a word or sentence feud with Daryl Morey, but I believe he wasn't educated on the situation at hand, and he spoke, and so many people could have been harmed, not only financially but physically, emotionally, spiritually. So just be careful what we tweet and we say and what we do. Even though yes, we do have freedom of speech, but there can be a lot of negative that comes with that too.
Last question, please.
Go ahead. Let that play through. Do you have that last question?
No,
you don't have it.
Got, yeah.
All right. Because I thought there was some beef in there too. All right. I'm reading his tweets afterwards, and so misinformed. When I first saw it, JJ, I said, "What was he misinformed about?" And I think what he's saying, is that he feels Daryl Morey was misinformed about the ramifications of him saying something, not necessarily the content of what he said, but what could happen as a result of him saying it. Is that what you're getting?
I don't think. Yeah, I think when Daryl Morey sent that tweet, I do not believe that he expected the NBA would then be involved with the government in China as his trip was going on. I think more to that is those two things jumped out to me: educated and financially. Because people are jumping down LeBron for that, going, Daryl Morey went to MIT, you only graduated high school, who's not educated here, so that's not going well for him. And then the financial piece, that sounded like a rich dude saying, stay in your lane. And that is opposite of who LeBron James has been.
I think you're right on both accounts. While this became an international incident, one thing I did not hear is... And that doesn't mean it didn't exist. But one thing I did not hear is people saying Daryl Morey is wrong with what he said, right? I think there's very few people, certainly here, who disagree with... And all Daryl Morey's tweet was very simple. It say, stand with Hong Kong. And there was one other sentence, right? But basically stand for the people of Hong Kong, for human rights. That's what his tweet was. It's pretty hard to sit here and say, man, he's uneducated. Why was he saying, stand for the people of Hong Kong? Right?
Yeah, I think this is, with LeBron, if you were frustrated, I think it was okay to voice that. Just be like, well, it really sucked that we were over there and dealing with all this.
Yeah.
But the fallout from that is, we can all sit here and say we don't agree with China, but that league's still taking that money. And there's other leagues that are still taking that money.
And that was rich guy who's getting a lot of that money, saying stay in your lane, don't take away. JJ, it sounded like a guy that was really, really coached in what to say, but wasn't coached well enough or didn't take it well. Because that didn't sound like LeBron James, did it? The words that were being used, the ramifications, and it just didn't sound like LeBron James. It sounded like, here, all right, you're going to get asked these questions. We'll cut it off after 2, but everybody's asking, so you got you're LeBron James. You got all right. What do we? All right, well, he wasn't educated, and there are free streets and ramifications of there's such, and it was like, what are you saying? And it didn't come across like he really understood what he was saying or genuine. And that's, to your point, doesn't sound like LeBron James.
This is a situation where, do you want to side with China? No one does, but the NBA still has a business relationship with that country, so they have to figure it out. For LeBron James, I think it said, hey, no, this is what we do in our country, and I hope to be a bastion of light for anybody, and it was a very challenging time while we were there, but I stand behind what we do as a country, and we're
I think that was the right way to go, right? Why not say, it was really rough, to be caught in the middle of that, and they've got a lot of things that they've got to figure out as far as what Daryl had to say. Who would have thought that a tweet?
Just who knows? But hopefully I could be just a bastion of light for people that support the NBA and follow me. And move on.
Yeah.
And then if China wants to cut everything off, then that's what they're going to do.
Yeah. I just, and I know he's getting ripped, and I'm reading a lot of it, and I just don't want to pile on. For a guy who says, who speaks often, tweets often, and freedom of speech wasn't the issue here, I don't think. And certainly the ramifications that there come from it, and it just what are we doing? But that's where it is. If you want to get in on what LeBron had to say, certainly you're welcome to do that at area code 505-246-0610. 505-246-0610. Emails come in, Jeff@610knml.com or JJ at 610knml.com. We can talk about that. We'll get into the Cowboys. Hal Mummy's going to be with us. Not Hal Mummy. Doug Martin's going to be with us at 8 o'clock this morning. And we'll talk Aggie football in the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or dreamstyleremodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, hashtag life change will occur.
Local Union 412. Find a career with benefits, not just a job, at UA Local 412 Training Center. We are looking for plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC tech apprentices and journeymen. Call 505-256-9257. Local Union 412.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
At New Mexico Highlands University, you're more than a student, you're family. Whether you're taking courses in Las Vegas, Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, Albuquerque, or Farmington, you'll get that one-on-one attention to inspire you to reach your goals. Let New Mexico Highlands help take your passion and accelerate it into a career and fulfilling life path. Find out why New Mexico Highlands is the right choice for you. Log on to NewMexicoHighlands.com today.
Sadie's is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school sports and athletics, and we here at ProView Networks would like to thank Sadie's for their continued support in helping us bring you all of your New Mexico high school sports coverage.
Hey everyone, Adam Deal here with ProView Networks. Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, give Nathan Smith at Realty Executives Advantage a call. With over 18 years of real estate experience and nearly $1 billion of sales, leases, and evaluations, Nathan has the experience and the track record to get the job done. His main objective is to become your trusted real estate advisor. Give Nathan a call. Take advantage of the best offers now. It's about building a long-term relationship, and he wants to be your realtor for life.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com.
All right, if you want to get in on LeBron, you can do that. You can get in on the Cowboys, Lobos, baseball last night, the refereeing in the NFL, which is another thing that's out of control. We plan on speaking with Doug Martin coming up at 8 o'clock, bye week for the Aggies. They're off after getting beat by Central Michigan in Mount Pleasant last week. 2460610 is the number to get in. It's the opening drive. Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Hoser. Alden's producing for you today over on the ProView Networks, a visual medium. David, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. How are you?
Good morning, gentlemen. How are y'all doing?
All right. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Been a busy summer. Well, summer's over, right? But it was definitely
over.
busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over, and boy, it went fast.
Truth.
And I'll talk to you. I'd like to talk about the NBA thing. Obviously this begins and ends with a lot of dollar signs, and that's really it. I mean, that's the whole thing, and everybody knows that. And unfortunately, one thing that I think is that is taken for granted here, especially with an elitist group of NBA players, is they now have gotten to the point where I believe freedom is free, and it's not, and it never has been. And like you said, is that he's telling people to stay in their lane because they've got their own agenda.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfortunate because to what I've always believed, to what a lot is given, a lot of is expected. And that's not the case here. I give all the credit in Maury. Maury's probably going to be the only one winner out of this entire situation. And I think the more that he speaks out about this, the better. I think from a long term, I would like to know exactly what's being coached and the role of Nike in this entire situation, because there's no doubt they are playing a very, very, very big role that the NBA is listening to as well, and the individual.
Is it only Nike? Is it only Nike? Is it all the shoe company? I mean, LeBron's a Nike guy.
Yes, Nike, Under Armour, but the big player here, right? Who's the biggest player? Is Nike,
okay.
Right? That they sell more shoes there, they produce more shoes there to sell here. I mean, utilizing labor costs that are fractions of what should be provided, right?
I haven't seen. I'm sure. Yes.
I mean, and so I would love to know exactly the role that Nike is playing, because this smells like them all over the place as well. Because I'm not a Nike fan. I don't buy their products anymore. I know it's hard not to because they are in everything. One of the first things I'll always do is I'll look on the back of my tag and see where were you made, because that's what it's going to take to get the Chinese influence out of our society.
Well, I don't know that we're ever going to have a completely sustainable, right? And then this is a way more political conversation than I want to keep getting into. But look, I think even yesterday with the loosening on the tariffs, the trade is going to continue between our two countries and us and the whole world, and who's involved and who's not. Bottom line is, when it comes to the basketball thing and what LeBron had to say, as JJ said, it sounds like a rich guy saying, "Hey, stay in your lane, bro."
Exactly. That was a great analogy.
Yeah, there's a lot of money involved in it. And I as I listened to it 2 or 3 times, I'm like, well, I'm not sure what he's trying to say, and JJ interpreted it that way, and I think it's a fair interpretation. All right, man, appreciate the call.
You bet.
See you. Shoe companies. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people involved in this. There's a lot of people who have a financial stake.
And what you brought up, Jeff, it sounded like LeBron was trying to remember what they told him to say.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. That's not who he's been. You might not always agree with what he's done, but he's given a lot back. And he's been really the guy they've put everything on, and he's kind of just carried the way the last really decade in terms of that league and their social justice issues and how they want to be perceived. And then this all of a sudden, this definitely hits everybody like, wow. Like, we all definitely can comment on what happens in our country, how we handle society, this and that. And now all of a sudden, in a span of about a week, we've all been cramming in, wait, what's going on over there? What is our relationship like? What's going on? Because the easiest thing to say is, yes, I don't agree with China, but then you still have a league and players which have business dealings with China.
I will tell you this. I think this probably woke a lot of people up, opened a lot of eyes to people who had no idea what was going on. Mm-hmm. Sports people who do not pay attention, which is fine. I'm by no means passing judgment. That there's a trade. This is what it means. This is the Hong Kong. It's human right. Right. I think it brought a lot of people, at least woke them up a little bit, opened their eyes. But to your point, JJ, LeBron's done a lot of good. He's spoken on a lot of issues. As I listened to LeBron James,
and this one
it just didn't sound like him, and
that's what frustrates me.
So is he trying to be politically correct? Is he trying to do the right thing for the league? Is he trying it was so out of character. The words, the cadence, the message. Everything was, here's a guy who's got his own show, right? And they on the shop, and they're real, right? That's the whole thing about his show is we're real, we're talking real, and that felt like such a censored. As you're talking about free speech, ironically enough, it felt like words that were coached into him, and as you just said, it felt like he couldn't really remember exactly what it is was coached into him.
You're so right. I just don't think it didn't sound like LeBron James. It was like, wait, what were my talking points that they wanted me to pass along? Because you don't have to start breaking it down at a political level. And, this, that, and actually, in Hong Kong in 2027, this, and then...
stop
No,
it.
But what he should have done, which would have felt like LeBron, is be like, hey, it was frustrating for us because we were in China when this happened, and yes, we might feel some different frustrations towards that specific tweet, but we know the freedoms that we live under. We can talk about things, and I hope to continue to be a person that people can look to, be a leader, be a bastion of light, and hopefully basketball can be a positive for people, and then just move on.
And I guess he was asked to respond directly to Daryl Morey, which is fine, and you can say, Daryl has did what he did, and that would be just it. When you say he's misinformed, the message in Daryl Morey's very short tweet was not misinformed. And again, the only
say you were frustrated because you were the ones in China.
Yeah, we were there. As I'm reading through his explanation afterwards, the only thing I think I might be able to understand is maybe he was misinformed as to the consequences of his tweet on the people there. Other than that, I got nothing else for you, and it was
20.
We'll talk a little football, I think, when we come back. Scheduled to have Doug Martin, New Mexico State's football coach, bye week for the Aggies after losing to Central Michigan. It's
10.
We're on ProView Networks at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The Dan Patrick Show.
We're saying there's a chance Tiger is going to be competitive. Well, he competed last year. He won his major this year. Did Father Time actually catch up with Tiger from April at Augusta to now?
Weekdays at 1, the Sports Animal.
In most situations, it's easy to debate who is the greatest of all time. But when you need collision repair, there's only one clear GOAT. Quanz has won a Best of the City award for the past 6 years straight. Don't go to any collision repair shop. Go to the Better Collision Repair Shop at Quanz Auto Body. Our award-winning customer service and certified collision repair makes Quanz better than the competition. Make the better choice and visit Quanz Auto Body in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho.
Guys, have you found yourself feeling sluggish, just don't have the energy you used to have, or do you want to take care of your hair loss? Struggling with erectile dysfunction or weight loss? It's Jeff Siembieda, and fellas, you don't have to struggle anymore. Call New Male and you can feel like you again. It's not going to go away just by ignoring it, and certainly there's nothing to be ashamed of. Low T, erectile dysfunction, lack of energy, they're all natural when men reach a certain age, but you don't have to accept it. Call New Male at 505-652-1688, 505-652-1688, and you can feel better. Men everywhere have made the call and are enjoying the benefits of New Male's cutting-edge programs. The latest treatments taking care of low T, lack of energy, depression. New Male is going to help you feel like you again. Call New Male at 505-652-1688. Right here in Albuquerque, New Male boasts fantastic success rates. That means guys, maybe like you, are regaining their confidence. If you're suffering from ED, depression, or just flat out tired of being tired, call New Male at 652-1688 and feel better.
It's Scott Stigler. I'm here with John Seaver of American Leak Detection. John, why do people call you?
Scott, because they want to borrow money.
Come on, seriously.
Well, no, really, it's because they have a high water bill.
But that could be the least of their problems, right?
Yeah, Scott. Water leaks turn out to actually be the leading cause of property damage, far exceeding fire and theft.
So a high water bill might be one warning sign.
You know, I had a customer call me the other day because the walls in her home were cracking, and we discovered a water leak that had been leaking for months near the corner of the foundation of her home.
No one wants that to happen, but that's pretty rare, right?
Well, not necessarily, Scott. You know, 1 out of 10 homes are leaking right now.
1 out of 10? What should people do?
Well, they should call American Leak Detection at 296-1757 and schedule a free water audit.
Free?
Yep, it's free, Scott. Just call us at 296-1757 or look us up at AmericanLeakDetection.com.
American Leak Detection.
Why are more New Mexicans trusting Beehive Homes to care for their aging loved ones?
Anybody can help shower or address someone, but to do it with your whole heart, with your whole soul, that is what makes the difference.
You expect your loved one to be safe. At Beehive Homes, they'll also be loved. See the heart of what makes Beehive Homes the place where love and dignity are more than words. Go to beehivehomesnm.com or call 587-4700. Beehive Homes, the next best place to home.
This is Derek's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
After the third time jump-starting my car, I finally realized my battery was dying. So I stopped by O'Reilly to have it checked. They tested it right there in the parking lot. It was bad, real bad. But they helped me find the right battery for my car and even installed it for free. Now my car starts like new.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, I'm Teresa Caputo. You've seen my show, Long Island Medium, on TLC. Now you get to see me live.
Saturday, October 26th.
I'll be traveling the country, getting up close and personal with you. At the live experience, I'll be sharing personal stories of my life and, of course, sharing spirit.
Live audience readings with Teresa Caputo, Saturday, October 26th. Tickets at the Isleta box office or isleta.com.
Hope to see you there.
Visit teresacaputo.com for fan club info and more.
This hour's 4K&A national keyword is tune, T-U-N-E. Text it to 95819 for your chance to win.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, 610 KNML Albuquerque.
Open week for New Mexico State. The Aggies will not play this weekend after traveling to Mount Pleasant, Michigan. It's pleasant when you win. I wonder it's probably not that pleasant when you don't. 42-28 Central Michigan beat New Mexico State last weekend. Aggies are off this week. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Hoser, Alden's producing for you on the visual medium. You can simulcast the show, watch it over on ProView Networks. We'll get back to your phones here coming up in a little bit. Josh Adkins threw for 263 yards, 3 touchdowns in the Aggie loss. Jason Huntley had a nice day, 10 carries, 67 yards. Also, well, you probably saw him on ESPN. I think he was he number 3 top plays on Saturday? Made it up there. But the bottom line is Aggies are 0-7 now, and taking the week off. Doug Martin is the head football coach at New Mexico State. Joins us on the bye week. Appreciate you joining us, Doug. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Jeff. How you doing?
All right, so you guys get down early 14-0 and fight back, and at halftime it's a game. I after watching the first 2 drives, I'm not going to lie to you, I got the uh-oh feeling, but watching you guys come back, make a stop, get a touchdown, and make that thing a game at halftime, I actually felt like you were right there and in a good position. I don't know how you felt.
Yeah, no question. I mean, we were really playing well offensively, and most of the game we kind of hung in there. But, we could never get the stop after we scored, Jeff. We scored a couple of times and made it a 1-score game, and then, defensively we gave up a touchdown drive right after that. One of them was a one-play, 70-yard touchdown run. Those are backbreakers. When you score and you get it close, your defense has got to get a stop for you. And, it was the first game that we were ranked in the top 25 in every special team category. It's the first time that's happened for us, since I've been here. And I think it's because of the improvement we have in talent. And then, I was talking and complimenting our players on how well they've done there in special teams Friday night. And then Saturday we go out there and really have our worst special teams game. So, we just did critical things that cost us the game.
I thought defensively you played really well the last couple of weeks. You couldn't stop their run. You were talking about Jonathan Ward's 75-yard touchdown run. They had 2 guys over 130 yards running the ball. And obviously Jim McElwain decided, he's going to make you stop the run, and until you can, he's just going to keep running at you. And that was a struggle for your defense.
Yeah, no question. We didn't play well versus the run. We didn't we didn't give up really deep balls throwing the ball wise, so we still hung in pretty good there. Had one go over our head, but the running game was just anytime you give up over 300 yards rushing, you're going to lose the football game.
No, Doug, I thought that Huntley run right before the half was big as a response to make it a one-possession game, 28-21 at halftime. The second half, what were just some of the challenges of getting the offense going?
Well, I think offensively we played pretty good. We got stopped on a 4th down. Yep. It was pivotal. Jason kind of just fell down. He really didn't get tackled. He got tripped up and fell on a 4th and 1, a little bit more than 1. That was key because that was going to put it back to a 1-score game, actually a 3-point game if we had scored at that point. So that was one of the things. And then, again, we're just not getting much help defensively. The things that are killing us is obviously the turnover margin. It's not just our offensive turnovers. We're not creating any turnovers. We only have 4 for the season. So offensively, you're always looking at driving on a long field. I mean, it's going to have to be an 80, 70-yard drive to score because we're not getting those turnovers. And, with our injuries in the offensive line and those things, that's putting a lot of pressure on us offensively.
Doug Martin's New Mexico State's football coach. He's with us on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline.
Doug, the challenge in season, it's got to be development, but also being able to play the matchups defensively. How do you go about that week by week?
Yeah, I think, right now it's just about trying to get better, trying to be more physical and be more consistent in our play. That's the worst thing with us is, just like you're saying, there's been games where we played really well defensively the last couple of games, and all of a sudden you get this one, and, offensively you struggle for a couple of games, and then you get a really good one, but it's like you never know what to expect, and we're not playing well off of each other. Our offense is not complementing our defense and vice versa, and we just kind of got to get it all together. So, give our kids a little break this week. And we need to get healed up physically. We need to get healed up emotionally a little bit and see if we can do some good here the last 5.
Doug, one thing watching, and, it's one thing to be there and the other thing to sit there and watch on a device, but it didn't look like these kids had given up at all. And I was a little concerned on how they were going to respond going on the road with the record the way it is. And that's why I was concerned at 14-0. Watching the fight back, watching the way they play, I certainly didn't feel effort was an issue. Did you?
No, not at all, Jeff. And that's the most frustrating thing. It's because I watch these kids in practice every day, and they are a great group of young men. I mean, they're fighting hard, they're playing hard, and they're hurt. I mean, they want to win like everybody else, more than everybody else, and especially this senior class who's been phenomenal. And it's just, we've just had a tough year with the injuries, especially on offense and the schedule and all those type of things. It's just been tough, and things just haven't gone our way. But it's like I was telling them, now you're playing for pride and you're playing for each other now. And those are the things that you should be playing for most anyway. So, maybe there'll be a little bit of pressure off these guys now, and they can just enjoy these last 5 games. But there is no quit in them. I have no problem at all with the effort and the attitude.
Now, I got to guess, Doug, and you never want to be in this situation. When you're 0-7, is just keeping it together the focus? You said getting better. I mean, so the message is you're playing for pride and go out and have fun. You're playing football?
Yeah, no question. I mean, it is obviously it's task holding it together and still playing hard and those type of things, which so far we have. And there's also a little bit to preparing for the future. With the new redshirt rule, there's some freshmen that we could play that have that 4-game rule. And there's a couple of guys who are redshirting, like Roy Lopez is getting close to coming back. So we've got to decide. He has 3 games to play in where he can still redshirt. We need to decide, what 3 games are best for Roy and what 3 games are best for our football team. Same with Sage Dockstader. Hopefully he'll be back a couple of these last games. So there's some decisions there that'll have to be made too.
Well, Doug, we did talk a lot about Josh Adkins throughout this season, your quarterback. What steps has he taken, and where has he improved throughout the season?
Physically, Josh is a better player than he's ever been. Mentally, he is so much farther ahead of most sophomores. He's really fun to coach in that vein. The thing with Josh is still taking care of the football. He did a pretty good job there Saturday. He had 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. And, if he can get through it where it's, 1 interception or no interceptions in a game, we're good. We'll be playing pretty good offensive football. But the problem has been the turnovers with him this year, and we've still got to get that alleviated. And if he can get that under control, he's going to have a tremendous last 2 years. Now, some of that has been, he's getting hit when he's throwing the ball and the offensive line problems and things like that, too. It's not all on him, but that's where he's got to improve as a quarterback, is just taking care of the football.
Yeah, Doug, that's what I was going to ask you. Sometimes, when we just see stats post-game, or if you're not able to watch the entire game, you don't know if the ball bounced off someone's hands, it was a misread. In terms of, not forcing the football, the reads, you see that progression the way you want it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just like Saturday, the interception he threw it right where he should to Huntley, but he got hit right when he's throwing the ball, so it caused an inaccurate throw. And you're right; those are the things that people don't see in the box score. But I was telling the offensive line, you guys, your name's never going to be in the paper for throwing an interception when you give up one of those things. So we got to help him a little bit more. But no, he's going right where he should with the ball most of the time. He made some beautiful checks Saturday. One was a touchdown to O.J. Clark where he changed the route and changed the protection to get the ball thrown through a touchdown pass. So he's doing some really good things.
Doug, what's the bye week look like?
Well, all of our coaches are out recruiting, Jeff. We need to get on the road. Recruiting is always the biggest thing around here, and it's the toughest thing for us. So, that's where we're at this week. We're going to give the players a couple of days off. We'll be back on the field Thursday doing some work. We'll get an early start Sunday with a practice. We usually don't practice on Sundays, but we will this week to start getting ready for Georgia Southern. And then hopefully our coaches and players both be rested up a little bit and rejuvenated and go out and see if we can play a good game next week.
How's the recruiting trail been? The reception still pretty decent?
Yeah, I mean, we found a good niche in recruiting of where we are, and we know what we're recruiting to. Our problem, Jeff, is, and you can't sugarcoat them, we've got to build some facilities around here. We've got to do some things to help us attract recruits. We went to the bowl game. We won a bowl game, first time in 57 years, and everybody's all giddy, but nothing's changed since then. There's been no talk of building a facility for football. There's been no talk of doing anything like that. And, we need to do things like that if we're going to win. You look around the country, UNLV's building a huge facility. San Jose State's building facilities. Central Michigan is building a $30 million facility right now. that is absolutely gorgeous. And, those are the things that, at some point we've got to find a way to get something like that done to help us attract the players that we need to attract.
Yeah, that's what Max said last week. He said, we're in a trailer now, but we're going to go into this beautiful new facility. What do you want in a facility? So I mean, if you could draw up the plans and say, here's what we need at New Mexico State, would it be kind of down there at that north end zone and redo what you've got down there and build a new building, office space, weight room, locker room, lounge area?
Yeah, absolutely. There's two things. It would be that. It would be the locker room, have some type of lounge for the players, training room, equipment room, those meeting rooms. We don't have enough meeting rooms. Some of our coaches have to meet in their own office, or we have a makeshift closet that we meet in at times for different positions. So we certainly need that. And then, as strange as it sounds, we need some form of an indoor facility, because anytime we have lightning here, we get chased off the field. And there's been 3 games this year where we've actually missed a day of practice during the week getting ready because of lightning. And so all we can do is go inside and have a walkthrough. We don't have any facility to go to when that happens. And so that's another need.
All right, get on the road. Good luck recruiting. Appreciate you spending some time with us on the bye week, and enjoy a weekend that's going to be a little bit different for you. And we'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys, you take care.
Thanks, Doug. Doug Martin is the head football coach at New Mexico State. You hear a lot about, we need facilities. I'm just, what does that mean exactly? And maybe you've got a better idea. All right, it's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Hoser, and Alden producing for you on the visual medium side on ProView on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
Crafters, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others.
Alden's producing for you over on the visual medium. There he is. We had a hoser cam, Alden, on Friday. Yeah, we had the hoser cam because JJ was out at Balloon Fiesta, so Josh moved this one and kind of put it up there, and we had a little hoser cam going through the window.
I forgot about that. I have to
Did
go
you
back
forget
and
about
look
that?
at that.
Oh, you want to see how you looked
today,
on the hoser cam?
You know, go study film about the game. See what I can do better.
Oh yeah.
See what needs to be dropped.
That's really good for you. All right. Sid says he's loving the ProView, by the way. He said, Mr. Siembieda, I was able to skim through the show last week on the free hotel Wi-Fi.
Wait a minute. Okay, that answers my question. I was like, wait a minute, Sid, the dollop guy.
He said, Friday night wearing the comfy, warm hotel robe. I watched Lobo football on the room, big screen. I realize UNM is broke, but are they so strapped for cash they can't find someone to run over to the AV department and find a working wireless mic so we can hear the ref? It's frustrating. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and rip on him, but man, that was frustrating.
I was going to say, I'm surprised, Sid had the financial means to, kind of.
Why? What else does Sid spend his money on?
And that was the next thought that I had. Yeah. Well, he never goes to game, never goes anywhere, so. Yeah.
I mean,
save your money and then boom.
Yeah. Ken says the second most presage words ever spoken on the OD, Jeff, might be the world needs new refs. I lose track of how many times sitting on my couch I yell, that's a bleep call during a weekend. And I'm not talking borderline plays. I'm talking about what should be obvious penalties. Look at the first half of Lobo Football Friday night. It took forever because of all the bad calls. It was brutal to sit through. Look, I think, JJ, your point, and again, I said this after week 1 of the NFL, and you said it today, it's getting harder and harder to watch. And I didn't think football could hurt itself. Right? Football has been so dynamically dominant as far as sports viewership in our country for a couple of decades, if not longer. But it's hard to watch games sometimes with all, A, the blown calls, and B, the delays and the flags. And I'll take you back to the Cowboys-Jets, the end of that game on Sunday afternoon. Was there 6 plays in a row there were flags?
I think so, man. It was like...
It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And JJ's, your point, I think less is more. You still got to officiate the game. You still got to have rules. You still got to be penalized for breaking the rules and holding and pass interference. And a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it was all about the quarterback, right?
Yep.
And it's not, although that's part of the equation, you can't slap the quarterback on the head. I understand that. You can't tackle him low. All right. You can't hit him half a step late. All right. But it's not just all about the quarterback. And last night's calls were not just all about the quarterback. It's insane. Chris, good morning. You're on the Quan's Auto Care Hotline. What's up, Chris?
So
I knew I'd hear from you today.
The only thing missing from last night's game was the refs doing the Lambeau leap.
Yeah.
That was the only thing missing. And had they done that, that would have been, oh yeah, that's about right. That was the most embarrassing performance by referees in the fourth quarter I have ever seen.
Saints fan will argue with you.
The two in the grabbing high in the face calls. I mean, come on, they weren't. And you see that exact play all year. You see those guys grabbing the collar, and they do it all year, and they don't call it. Yet they call it twice on Flowers in the fourth quarter. One of them obviously led to a touchdown. Then the missed, pass interference call. Here's the issue I have with that. We have a rule that you're allowed to challenge now, but they don't. The coaches aren't challenging anymore because
they're not getting overturned.
They're not getting overturned when it's obvious they should have been overturned. That was an obvious pass interference and probably led probably to miss a field goal opportunity for at least for the Lions. You can say all day we can talk about missed opportunities Lions had. Well, Green Bay had some too, right? Back and forth. Those are ebb and flows of games. Referees shouldn't be deciding games like this.
You're right.
And the NFL, this is my personal view. This has been getting worse and worse every year. I don't blame the referees per se. I think that they have a training issue. I think there's a communication problem. I think it's time, honestly, that they dump the commissioner and bring somebody in who's going to fix this, because he's not going to fix it. He's already made, it's been clear that this is going to get worse under him, and that's what's happening.
I think the emphasis, they sit around in meetings, right, every off season, and they have an emphasis on this and this and this and this, and to add on to the emphasis that they had last year, I think it's just extremely difficult to officiate a football game. And now what can be reviewed, what can't be reviewed, what's my emphasis, where can I go? He's holding. I just think there's too much. Let him play football.
I think there is too much, and that may be part of what's going on. But honestly, the hands to the face calls, neither one. Those were horrific.
They were brutal.
And yeah, I mean, when you and one of them obviously was a touchdown almost soon right after that call, after a sack. And those kind of things make a difference. Here's the problem. They were talking about you got to overcome those things. Well, there's very few teams that are going to overcome those three calls in the fourth quarter. Very few. It could happen, but there's very few teams that are going to be able to do that. And it just, as a Lions fan, it just seems like we're snake bit, and that there is something going on that is, I'll call it an unconscious bias, but there's something going on. This has just happened too much in the last number of years, where they've just had these kind of things happen to them, and it seems like the NFL is just not getting it. And I just think the commissioner is the one who it's time for him to go. He makes a lot of money. He's not earning it. Time for him to go.
All right. Thanks, Chris. I figured I'd hear from Chris today. He's a big Lions fan. Certainly. But they got hosed. They're the team that got hosed this time. And everybody at some point, your team's gotten hosed twice.
No. Yeah, they lost 2 games because of roughing the passers that ultimately set up
bad
walk-off field goals.
Yeah. So really, as a fan, all you have to do is just like, hey, sometimes they're going to go your way, sometimes they're not. You're just hoping that.
Yeah, but can we just stop having to talk about bad calls every time?
Question the product, absolutely, because we see it in slow motion. We are all versed better than we ever have in sport with what's going on the field tactically, with what's going on penalty-wise, with what these players are calling. Now, I get it. There's frustration with Roger Goodell. What hasn't he done referee-wise? Like, the owners are the ones voting on the major rule changes. They get the suggestions from the competition committee.
So it could be them, like you said earlier, Jeff, as far as, they're trying it for a year. They probably knew, hey, this is going to be a total flop, and then they can pull it out. And so I don't know if that's what we're seeing.
The pass interference has nothing to do with the missed calls that we're seeing hands to the face. That after the replay, we're like,
And that's where I go back to the eye in the sky thing. And in a play like that, while they're marching off that penalty, the guy upstairs can go look at it and just go, hey, bzz, bzz, bzz. No. Pick up the flag. There's no penalty. It's fourth down at the 22-yard line. Put 147.
Yeah, and I'm interested as well, like how efficient is that?
Look, and again,
let's try it for a year.
Because what that is saying, that is making every play reviewable. And can it only be reviewed if there was a flag thrown? Or what if they see something like, they missed a face mask there, call that penalty.
Yeah.
So are we going to get that on every play? Like I get getting it right, but if we get to the point where there's a dude
stopping after every play.
Yeah. After every play, like, oh, you missed that face mask. Oh, pick up that flag. Oh, it's like, oh, where's this game going?
No, I got you. And I've gone from, let's get it right to, can we just freaking play the game? Like let's play. I got it. Hey, wherever we go, we're reminded all the time there's potential danger. Places like churches and theaters, events, they all need to provide security for the people who are attending. International Protective Service is a security company who provides officers trained to handle dangerous situations, and they need more help. Right now, IPS is looking for off-duty or retired law enforcement officers to fill in those gaps. They've got immediate openings, and depending on your experience, they're starting new hires at $25 an hour. If you've got experience and training, your community needs you. Call them at 897-2420. 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com. You can have a role in making New Mexico safe and giving people peace of mind. The bad guys are lurking. Be part of the team that stops them from ruining our favorite public places. Call IPS at 897-2420, 897-2420, or go to ipsglobal.com.
Sports Animal Time is now 8:26. Time to take another look here at Tuesday morning's commute. This report is sponsored by Airport Parking. Let me start off with the great news. Earlier accidents on Broadway is clear. That is Broadway and Lomas. That has been cleared. Also, earlier accident at McMahon and Bandelier. That has been cleared as well. Still active right now is... we have an accident earlier, San Mateo and Pan American. That was affecting the right lane, and it took out the lights there. So treat that like a four-way stop if you happen to come through that. A new accident is accident eastbound on I-40 near 12th Street. That is blocking the right lane and shoulder. Why would you pay more than twice as much to park at the airport? Then you have to. Airport Parking, the only lot off Sunport Boulevard, can get you to the airport or back to your vehicle faster than if you park at the airport. Save time and money. Take the Sunport exit, go right at University to Airport Parking. Easier, quicker, smarter. And if you see an accident, make sure and give us a call on the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167, brought to you by American Home Furniture Outlet and Clearance Center at I-25 and Comanche. I'm Josue with Sports Animal Traffic.
4K a Day is back. Your chance to win big just by listening to us. Listen weekdays for the national keyword at 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 4 p.m. When you hear it, text the keyword to 95819 and you could win $1,000. What can you do with the money? Anything you want. Message and data rates may apply. 4K a Day, sponsored locally by Fiesta Kia. A huge selection and a doggone great deal. Get ready to win on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
A better life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
A new study says having kids makes you happier, but there is a catch. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, CNN's chief medical correspondent. I'm turning 50 this month, and it's time for reflection. I will tell you, nothing has brought me more joy in life than my three girls, age 14, 12, and 10. But I was intrigued by a new study out of Germany that found the real happiness starts to manifest when the kids move out. The researchers said it's because at that point children transition into more of a social support role, and a more robust social network we know is not only associated with living longer, but happier and healthier as well. As my wife always reminds me, our kids will be there to help take care of us when we grow old. Well, we hope they will. If you don't have kids and you don't want kids, whatever, don't worry. Maintaining close social connections, even with a small group of really good friends, that can do the trick as well. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
It may not be stomach issues.
For me, it's intense gas, or pain, or diarrhea, sometimes all at once.
over and over.
I spent years with the symptoms but could never figure it out.
No matter what I did, they never went away. So I decided to break it down for my doctor and get really specific about my symptoms.
We discovered that exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, may be the reason for my stomach issues.
EPI is caused by my pancreas. It leads to diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools. The symptoms just don't go away.
But EPI can show up with even one symptom.
The good news? EPI is manageable.
But to get to the right diagnosis, you have to break it down for your doctor and get specific about the severity of your symptoms.
Visit identifyepi.com to learn more and use the symptom checker to help change the conversation with your doctor. Brought to you by AbbVie.
Fermentation is an ancient form of food preservation practiced on nearly every continent. Learn how these probiotic-rich products offer unique flavor and potential health benefits at the New Mexico Fermentation Festival, October 19th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Gutierrez Hubble House, nmfermentationfest.com.
For live music, food, beer, and fun, don't miss the Edgewood Celtic Festival, Saturday, October 19th. Highland Games competitions and dancing too. Admissions just $5. Kids are free. The Edgewood Celtic Festival, Saturday, October 19th, just north of I-40.
For years, Ben Lucero and Indigo Mortgage has been telling you when you need a mortgage loan, shop around even if it means you get an offer from the competition. Michael Carlisle here. A recent study shows first-time home buyers are the most likely to shop around, but they rely heavily on big internet lenders. That's a bad move because those internet lenders are notorious for taking advantage of first-time home buyers and anyone looking for a loan who isn't getting multiple offers. If you shop around, you're likely to save thousands of dollars in unnecessary points and fees. Just recently, Indigo Mortgage has heard from 5 different borrowers who got hooked up with that lender that rhymes with pocket. In all 5 cases, Indigo Mortgage was able to get a rate a quarter to a half point lower and saved up to $4,000 in fees. When you shop, make sure you do it with a local lender you can trust. That's Indigo Mortgage. Call them at 836-5700 or visit them at indigomortgage.net. Nobody cares more about your mortgage loan than Ben Lucero and his team at Indigo Mortgage, 836-5700.
NMLS 188348.
Does your garage door make your home look great, or is it just boring? Precision Garage Doors can show you options that make your home look awesome. They have more than 2,100 great reviews online from customers just like you. Stronger buying power means you pay less. And now you can open your door with an app linked to your home's smart technology. Alexa, open my garage door. Call 244-DOOR or visit GarageDoorsAlbuquerque.com. Make the right decision. Call Precision.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Hi, it's me, your nose. I'm so congested. Use the Vicks Sidex nasal spray, would you? Mouth breather. Yeah, the Vicks Sidex nasal spray. Starts working in seconds and lasts for up to 12 hours.
I can breathe again. Vicks Sinex nasal spray is incredible. I feel like a whole new nose. Oh, let's buy a new car so we can smell it. Oh, we're really breathing now.
For nasal congestion relief, get Vicks Sinex and breathe freely fast. Use as directed.
And now more Straight Talk from Straight Talk. The big wireless guys try to saddle you with expensive wireless plans because that's how they earn big commissions.
Last spot.
What am I, a horse? No, you are not. That's why with Straight Talk Wireless, you get our unlimited plan for just $45 a month with 25 gigs at high speeds. No contract, no saddle.
Oh, like a wild wireless stallion.
Uh-huh, sure. Switch today and get America's best networks for up to half the cost. Straight Talk Wireless, everything for less.
Savings may vary. See straighttalk.com.
The Jim Rome Show. Up next at 10, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
4K a day is back. You get a chance to win just by listening to us. Listen weekdays for the national keyword at 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 4 p.m. And when you hear it, you can text that word to 95819. You can win $1,000. Message and data rates may apply. 4K a day sponsored locally by Fiesta Kia. A huge selection and a doggone great deal. Get ready to win on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Jeff Siembieda, JJ Buck, Golden Hoser, and Alden producing for you on the visual medium today. I get to the phones here in a minute at 246-0610, 888-922-0610. JJ, I got a lot of emails this morning, and a lot of them are on the officiating. John says, I get it, but the officiating is bad. I get it, but it goes both ways. And I'll preface this, he says, that I'm a huge Packer fan. That being said, there were bad calls both ways. There was no hard evidence that ball crossed the goal line on that fourth and goal in the first. How is there not some kind of technology that determines if either point of the ball crosses the front edge of the goal line? There was a helmet-to-helmet on Rodgers not called. The officials' defense to one of the illegal hands of the face was legit. Bottom line is that officiating is part of the game, and the winner does what is needed to win the game. Score a couple of touchdowns last night instead of 5 field goals, and the Lions win. The officials do not determine the outcome ever. You want to be mad about something last night, be mad about that C team calling the game on ESPN, who are all about Matt Patricia and Belichick connection. So biased, it was disgusting. It's from John. Wow. It's funny when you're the
favorite part of the email was that last line.
Yeah, right.
Man, everyone thinks
they're
the
against
announcers
you.
are against your team.
They're always against you. And the Packers get so much love; it's sickening. And if you just how Lambo's great, and let's go. I mean, come on, John. It's you're the beneficiary of calls. Like the touchdown, you got to make a call. It's a touchdown or not. How would you if it didn't get in? You'd have been okay with that though, because there would have been no legitimate proof or hard evidence that it didn't cross the goal line on that touchdown. But you'd have been okay if it went that way. I mean, come on, they got to make a call. It's got to go one way or the other. You win the game. To say so you're saying, well, we got hosed on calls, but those two horribly egregious calls at the end, that didn't matter. And his point's right. They missed.
You still have to make the plays,
yes.
But you can't be as definitive as officials never decide the game. The officials, the call they made sure that Detroit had zero chance of getting the football back. And they tried to let Aaron Jones score, and he fell down right before the end zone, which was a heady play on his part.
Ren says, I've been watching football for decades now, Jeff, and I no longer know what constitutes pass interference, roughing the passer. It seems like what is flagged changes from week to week, sometimes even drive to drive. I think he's right.
And this is one where can it get better? Yes, because when everyone is talking about it, when it's this big of a talking point after the weekend of football, something needs to be done to solidify the officiating. What is that going to be? What steps are needed? Is it an eye in the sky? I think it's actually less reviews on these, and I want people that have been there, done that, commenting on it. So I appreciate the officials, but we got to get past having an official on after every play because it makes it that much worse.
Yeah, but it's hard, man. Lance, good morning.
Good morning, Jeff, Hoser, Alden. Anyway, the Kansas City game was ridiculous. Dan Fouts was there, forever doing, everything. And Kelsey comes out to tight end, that's the only way they can beat Denver this week is because of this guy. And he just picks a guy, big time. And then they picked even the next play. But, what they did is, they went through the review. You could see the pick. And then the next two calls were terrible calls against the other team. And I like how Dan Fouts puts it. Oh, it looks like we have a makeup artist out there. Every play in the Kansas City game had a flag. I mean, it's getting ridiculous.
It's gotten there. It's gotten there. It's like, watching games and the amount of flags is beyond ridiculous.
And two, and I hate to say it because it is costing teams games. I never would have been that way before, but I watched 2 Bronco games, as a real Bronco fan. There's very few left when they go 0-4, but I knew that, they would find that way of coming back. And by the way, that how they played and did the zone gap, they tried it before, and Fournette and Jacksonville tore them up. So they learned a lesson. They hit rock bottom. And these guys, it don't matter if Chubb's there, whoever, he's got them playing to a level to where, and they're young guys, they're hungry. Maybe that's better for the NFL, what they ended up finding in the people that Denver's put in on that defense. They've gone 2 weeks without allowing a touchdown in the NFL. I don't care who you're playing. And the thing is the good practice was Mariota. That guy could take it to the house. He's taking it 70-something yards in the NFL to the house. And they're playing these gaps, and they're containing the outside, and, they really found their way on defense. But, that's just a little set-up scrimmage practice for Kansas City. They're trying to design their defense to play Mahomes. That's what that's all about. It took them a while to get there. And Mahomes, if they contain him, like they did this guy, at least they have a chance. Because Kansas City just, they're hungry. They're coming off losses. It's going to be a great football game on Sunday. But you know what? They say we still have a chance.
You still have a chance. All right, Lance. See ya. 2460610. Do I have time? Or you want me to take Jim? All right. Good morning, Jim. How are you?
Is Mariota related to Tavaka? Are they kinfolk?
Tavaki. It would be Tavaki. Yeah.
There you go. All right. I've been trying to rationalize the NFL. It's the Halloween season.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to use my favorite slasher movies from the 80s to think about what's happening.
That's good.
And looking at that game last night, like you don't leave Camp Crystal Lake alive unless you really put Jason down, right? Like he's going to get all the breaks.
Look at you.
Push him off the balcony of the second floor. You run to save your friend. You got to follow him and make sure he's done. Like you got to score 7, not 3.
You don't go hide behind the chainsaws? Sorry.
No, right? Like, Matt Patricia in the red zone was like the high school kids making bad decisions, running back into the house, right? Like, come on.
Wait,
right?
let's get in that running car and get out of here. No. Let's hide behind the chainsaws.
I think I have one more.
All right.
See what you think.
Yeah.
So, the Cowboys, like, to me, this is incredible, right? Like, I thrive off this stuff being here. I'm surprised how many Cowboy fans there are. So, I think you go with a combination of the Lost Boys just for the title. Jeff, you know the movie probably. And then you go with the Devil's Advocate. Like, I'm convinced that, like, an Al Pacino-type devil, like, asked J-Rod after he won a few Super Bowls and said, you know what, man? You can make all the money in the world and never win again, but you can pretend like you're going to win. Will you do it? And he went Keanu, and he did it. What do you think?
That's decent, yeah.
Is that a stretch?
Yeah, no, it's a stretch, but I think it's within the realm.
That's just decent?
Yeah.
I thought that was well thought out.
Actually, it's probably a little better. It's higher than decent.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
pretty
Very
good.
good, Jim. Very good.
Yeah, I thought
It was
decent
sneaky
nice
above average.
Come on.
Yeah, that was sneaky good.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'm like an insecure Packer fan sending you emails about how calls went both ways. They know. That guy, that email, like, come on, bro. The NFC North, like, we know what happens up there at Camp Crystal Lake, dude. Like, you do not win a close game in Lambeau against Aaron Rodgers. And last night was kind of fun, though. It was unique. Like, usually it's a phantom PI call,
right?
Or somebody gets in Bubble Boy's range and they call
this time it was a phantom hands to the face call. I mean, it was two of them. What's the difference?
I think the best part was, like, dude, who's a Northwestern grad, by the way, my alma mater, Jeff Rice, and there happens to be 4 kitty cats that play on that team, meaning the Packers, not on the Lions. Yeah. Like, not only did he throw one, he's like, you know what, bro? We're going to end this game right here, man, with the same call. Boom. Like, I thought I saw him do a little moon.
Yeah, he did. Is there a little wildcat thing you do? Is there some cute little...
Man. I'm not staying a night in Green Bay. I'm out of here.
I'm out. I'm going to Chicago where they know me. All right, man. That's good.
I don't want to stay in the Radisson Inn in Green Bay. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, I'm out. They're going to poison my cheese. All right, I'm going where they know me. Good, strong stuff. See you, Jim.
Later.
Later. That's good. All right, I got a break because, we're late. 2460610. I got a zillion emails. Well, maybe not a zillion, but quite a litany. We'll get through. Keep them coming. 2460610 is the number to get in. Jeff or JJ at 610knml.com. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or DreamStyleRemodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
What is glamour? Really?
what is desire. Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teachings, hashtag life change will occur.
Local Union 412. Find a career with benefits, not just a job, at UA Local 412 Training Center. We are looking for plumbers, pipe fitters, welders, and HVAC tech apprentices and journeymen. Call 505-256-9257. Local Union 412.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green.
And keep the community green as well.
Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment.
You trash it,
we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
At New Mexico Highlands University, you're more than a student, you're family. Whether you're taking courses in Las Vegas, Santa Fe, Rio Rancho, Albuquerque, or Farmington, you'll get that one-on-one attention to inspire you to reach your goals. Let New Mexico Highlands help take your passion and accelerate it into a career and fulfilling life path. Find out why New Mexico Highlands is the right choice for you. Log on to newmexicohighlands.com today.
Sadie's is a proud supporter of New Mexico high school sports and athletics, and we here at ProView Networks would like to thank Sadie's for their continued support in helping us bring you all of your New Mexico high school sports coverage.
Hey everyone, Adam Deal here with ProView Networks. Extreme Clean is a proud sponsor and supporter of ProView Networks and all high school sports athletics. Owner Mike McLean and Extreme Clean specialize in carpet cleaning for apartment, realty, business, and residential clients. With over 20 years experience, attention to detail and quality customer service matters. For more information, give them a call, 505-221-6440, Extreme Clean.
Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, give Nathan Smith at Realty Executives Advantage a call. With over 18 years of real estate experience and nearly $1 billion of sales, leases, and evaluations, Nathan has the experience and the track record to get the job done. His main objective is to become your trusted real estate advisor. Give Nathan a call. Take advantage of the best offers now. It's about building a long
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network. Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
Thursday Night Football this week's a great one, I think. I mean, at least around here, right? You and Alden are both Broncos fans. Alden, you're a big Broncos fan, right? Oh, yeah. He says, oh, yeah. Alden got a few extra winks this morning. Hoser was worried about him. Came in a little later than he normally does. But
it happens.
It's you guys. I should turn that up.
Snooze it.
You guys against, so 2-game winning streak for the Denver Broncos and a 2-game losing streak for the Kansas City Super Chiefs. Oh, what's the spread? Have you seen it? I'll find it for you. Emails, Jeff at 610knml.com, JJ at 610knml.com. You can find it for me. In fact, since it looks like you're looking. Ren says, I've been watching football. Oh, I already did you that one. This says on the other side, Jeff, this is Telus. Craig Bowl, the Wyman coach, is crying that they don't throw the flag enough. You're never going to be able to make everyone happy. Look, call penalties, but don't call stuff that's not there.
Kansas City 3.5-point favorites in Denver on Thursday night.
You like it?
I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes over Joe Flacco.
He's a Hall of Famer, I heard. So you're going road favorite on Thursday night.
Broncos defense has been fantastic.
Fantastic. Did you see them shut down Marcus Mariota? I said in sick.
Cortland Sutton and or someone else can't catch football and then run another 50 yards. Defense isn't doing much.
Mariota. That's what he said. Lancer is the OD answer, according to Bad Street. Jeff, that might have been his most on-topic call ever. It was a good setup to Flacco Tuesday. It is Flacco Tuesday. What's with these so-called fans jumping off the Dallas Cowboy bandwagon, Jeff? Just more room for Omar. Like getting on a move flight and taking off with the middle seat empty. Oma. All right. Oma. All right, 2460610. Come on in, 888-922-0610. We've been a lot of places today. We talked Lobos. We've talked Aggies. We've talked the baseball.
A lot of officiating. Would the move be for the NFL just to acknowledge it?
They need to acknowledge it.
We will work on it.
Well, work on. So what do we?
Yeah, exactly. You're not changing things in season other than throwing less flags.
I think internally. Yeah. So obviously something was said after Tommy tweeted on that Thursday night, and they threw less
holding flags.
I think it's really. I think every week there's an officiating update, and what are we emphasizing this week? I don't know if there's a call or just an email. I'm going to guess there's a call with every crew, and it's just like, all right, here's the emphasis this week. Remember everything I told you the last 2 weeks? All right, never mind that.
30.
And throw less. I mean, it's got to be a moving target for these officials, and I do. I mean, as bad as some of it's been, I feel bad for them because I think they're so micromanaged.
20.
You can't go out and do your damn job because I don't think they know what a penalty is anymore. In some respects, 2460610, and we'll get more into it.
10.
It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Monday Night Football saw Green Bay trailing Detroit by 9 in the fourth quarter when Aaron Rodgers hit Allen Lazard for the wide receiver's first touchdown of his career, pulling the pack to within 2. A-Rod then led a 14-play drive capped off by a game-winning Mason Crosby field goal as time elapsed. Dallas has dropped 3 straight games and 2 days removed from a 24-22 loss to the Jets. It doesn't appear head coach Jason Garrett's job is in jeopardy. The Cowboys will have an opportunity to turn things around this weekend when they host the Eagles. The winner takes the lead in the NFC East. The Patriots are working on bringing back veteran tight end Benjamin Watson. NFL Network's Mike Giardi reporting that Watson was at the facility Monday and both sides are working toward a deal. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
This is a cow whose milk became everyone's favorite cheese at the craft fair. But cheese only lasts so long. The impression a small business makes needs to last much longer. And now Vistaprint is introducing free shipping on all business cards in any quantity. Choose from hundreds of fresh designs tailored to your type of company. Or upload your own. The choice is yours. The time is now. For limited time only, get free shipping on all business cards in any quantity with promo code 7000. That's promo code 7000 at Vistaprint.com. Vistaprint. Own the now.
If you have hard water, the Lime Scale not only leaves white spots, it clogs pipes and breaks down appliances, costing you hundreds of dollars in energy and wear. Eliminate Lime Scale and other water issues like brown staining, bad odors, and lead with HydroCare water products available from Wave Home Solutions. Wave's affordable systems don't use salts or chemicals. You'll love the way your water tastes, smells, and looks. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, go to wavebestwater.com. That's Wave Best Water.
Hey, it's Michael Carlisle.
And Mike Trujillo.
We are the Sports Bar. We're Albuquerque's #1 afternoon sports talk show.
Talk sports with us every afternoon, Monday through Friday.
Listen to the Sports Bar weekdays at 3 o'clock or right here on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
When we spend money on a home improvement project, we want it to look great, but also want it to pay for itself. I'm Scott Stigler. My friend Andy Pomeroy at Windsor Door Sales let me in on a little secret. A new garage door returns almost 98% of the cost in home value. Ever look at garage doors on your street? Honestly, most are plain and boring. But then there's the one that looks so classy. Upgrade yours by calling 345-6604 or go to WindsorDoorSales.com. Family owned and trusted in New Mexico since 1970.
You know you want a new truck.
So why not win it?
Introducing Isleta Resort and Casino's $250,000 Ford Fridays.
A new Ford F-150 given away every Friday.
You'll like this. Isleta makes it easy to win.
Drawings every 15 minutes every Friday from 1 till 9 p.m.
Win an F-150 from Malloy Ford in Los Lunas every Friday.
Ford Fridays, now through October 25th at Isleta Resort and Casino,
where the fun begins.
You know when you gotta be somewhere, it's like really urgent. You don't want to do it over the phone. Some things just can't be said with an LOL or an OMG. Some things just need to be done IRL. So you get in your Nissan Altima and drive. Feel the VC turbo engine instantly react to give you more power and efficiency, so you can get where you need to go.
Hey, Eric. What are you doing here?
Like.
Huh?
Your social post. I liked it.
Oh, thank you. There's a button for that, right?
I do.
The Nissan Altima, now offering the most tech-advanced engine in its class. This is tech that helps you be there. This is Nissan Intelligent Mobility. Auto Pacific segmentation. 2020 Ultima Platinum versus latest in-market competitors in the premium midsize class. Available feature. World's first production variable compression turbo engine launched by Nissan Motor Company Limited in 2018.
Credit products are issued by WebBank, member FDIC. Rates and terms vary based on credit history. Amazon is not a sponsor of this promotion. Offer valid for loan products 90 days after today. Other restrictions apply. See website for details.
How do I feel? Awesome.
Like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
Hundreds of thousands of people are discovering the relief of a fixed-rate debt consolidation loan through Avant.
I paid off all my credit cards, and now I just have one easy monthly payment with Avant. And I don't have to worry about the rates going up.
Avant offers you access to unsecured debt consolidation loans from $2,000 to $35,000.
When I saw Avant was accredited by the Better Business Bureau, I knew that was the company for me.
Do you know how good it feels to only worry about one monthly payment?
Experience the relief of a debt consolidation loan through Avant. Plus, get a free $50 Amazon gift card after your first payment is made on time. To check your loan options and get this free offer, go to Avant.com and enter code 3636 when applying. Avant.com, code 3636. That's Avant.com, code 3636.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, 610 KNML Albuquerque, the sports animal.
At least the Lobos made national TV yesterday. We got a lot to do still in 1 hour. We've got Air Force football coach Troy Calhoun asking why his team is in the Mountain West Conference. We've got Mountain West Conference basketball media day today. The preseason poll is out, correct?
That is correct.
All right, so we got all that. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Hoser, Alden, a little more. Lobos made national TV yesterday on football. 2460610 if you want to get in, 888-922-0610. So pregame on ESPN, and this will be a courtesy of ESPN. They do the Come On Man segment, right? You know, what are you doing? You know,
Come on, man.
Right, you get it. And Lobo football, I want you to, as you're listening to this, vision Bryson Carroll, the Lobo running back, running down the right sideline and dropping the ball at the 1 yard line.
Look, we got Colorado State versus New Mexico. You got Bryson Carroll. He takes it down the field. Look, he's going in for a touchdown. Carroll thinks he scores. He's about to celebrate. What? What? Whoa, hold on. Bryson, what are you doing, man? Look, I think we've seen. You can't drop the ball before the goal line. I think we've seen this before. This is my man, Deshaun Jackson. I was at this football game. Look at Deshaun. He's 3 yards behind everybody. Oh, and he celebrates too early, too. He hits the dance. He's telling everybody, hey, look, Bryson, you got to learn from the people who've come before you. Come on, man.
Bryson Carroll. Come on, man. Did you kind of say that when you watched it live? Did you think, come on, man?
I gave him a high five at the end.
Did you really? I saw you right there in the picture. You're right there on the right.
You gave him a high five, and he dropped the ball before the.
He didn't know he dropped the ball yet.
Yeah.
At that point, you didn't know.
It's hard to tell
Did
from
you
that
see it
angle.
live? When you watched it live, did you know he dropped the ball? Did you think, oh, well, he might have dropped it early?
I can't recall.
Yeah,
I didn't remember in the moment.
I didn't. I think I probably looked away. I did not. But yeah, I was like, come on, man. So you made national TV.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, man.
All right, you've got Lobo basketball where they are in the preseason media.
Be careful, because that could have been a penalty.
What could have been? Hoser high-fiving the guy? Why?
Why?
Because if you go up, you make contact with...
Were you on the field or were you off the field?
No, I was way off.
Still. They throw flags if players make contact with people for celebrations. Like, even if they ran up to the stands and were high-fiving.
Really?
Yeah.
You could have cost them 15 yards.
Well, we didn't. It wasn't over excessive.
Well, I mean, I didn't really.
It's an outrageous and ridiculous rule, but it's
there, right?
For you.
Yeah, it's there. All right. Keep my hands to myself.
Yeah, you better.
I guess I got a problem with that sometimes.
All right, Mountain West Media Day.
You got it, huh?
You got a problem with that. All right, I got preseason all conference teams and your polls. Which one do you want to go first?
You got to go preseason poll.
All right, go ahead.
Computer's not.
Oh, all right.
I thought you had it ready.
No. I thought you had it ready.
I know what they were picked.
I've got.
Is that what you guys need?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got the preseason, the all conference teams. Here's your poll. Preseason men's basketball. Utah State, no surprise at all, right? To win the Mountain West Conference. They got all 17 first place votes. San Diego State is your second pick, 150 points. And at 141 was New Mexico and Nevada. So your preseason poll at Media Today, Utah State, the unanimous pick to win the Mountain West Conference men's basketball. San Diego State picked second. New Mexico picked third. Then Nevada and their new coach, Steve Alford. Boise State, Fresno State, UNLV, Air Force, Colorado State, Wyoming, and San Jose State. Has there been a poll in football or basketball in the last 10 years that San Jose State isn't picked last?
I think was it last year, the year before? Hey, Air Force was last. So there's that.
I mean, I'm just asking. I don't know. Your preseason All Mountain West team. 5 guys, all first team, all conference. Air Force is represented on here. Lavelle Scotty.
Yep.
Boise State is represented on here. Derek Alston. He's pretty good. Colorado State is represented on here. Nico Carvacho is back, the big rebounding machine. And then 2 Utah State Aggies, the defending or reigning player of the year, Sam Merrill, and their center, Neemias Keita. So it's Scotty, Alston, Carvacho, Merrill, and Keita are your all Mountain West preseason team. The preseason player of the year is Merrill. The preseason newcomer of the year is Malachi Flynn from San Diego State. And then your preseason freshman of the year, KJ Himes of Nevada. Where did Flynn transfer in from at San Diego State? Do you know? I'll find it for you. But that's your preseason stuff. Reaction?
Makes sense.
Reaction?
Because you look at outside of Utah State, it's all question marks. And San Diego State's in a similar position to Mexico where they feel they have a lot of good incoming talent, but you just haven't seen it. So that's why they're getting a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, but so are the Lobos being 2-3 right there. Nevada's with Steve Alford, well, that big three's gone. Martin Brothers playing in Charlotte and Jordan Caroline's playing professional basketball somewhere. So it makes sense that the hype, the talent, the Aztecs, the Lobos getting a little bit of love. Because the one for sure is Utah State. That combo with Merrill and Keita. And after that, it's the unknown.
Boy, they love Malachi Flynn. He's a transfer from Washington State. He'll be a junior. He's only 6'1", but they expect him to score. And, of course, San Diego State's had a lot of problems scoring. There's going to be a lot of new names as you watch San Diego State. They've got a transfer from Santa Clara. They got a transfer from Vanderbilt. But a lot of guys, like you look down their roster, there's Agueka Rope that hit a big shot against New Mexico last year that you might recognize. Matt Mitchell is back, but there's a lot of names that you're just going to go, I don't even know who that is. Mensa, a little bit that you saw last year, but they've got a little bit of size. They've got 3 guys at 6'10" to San Diego State, including the transfer from Vanderbilt and Wetzel, who will be a senior. And there's a lot of new players on that roster, on New Mexico's roster, and Nevada's roster. You know, you'll recognize Utah State, right?
Yes. Might be the only one.
But when you look at
like there's names.
Yeah.
But a lot of them, it's Nico Carvacho. Well, who else on Colorado State? The unknown. Derek Alston. Okay, well, what does the rest of that squad look like? And kind of so on down the line of the teams outside of the Aztecs and Lobos. Because with New Mexico, there's the talent, but it's how are they going to come together? And then I can understand with preseason picks not necessarily having any of those guys wondering how it's going to shake out.
I think it's fair, and I don't even know. I mean,
because those are all solid players with a track record in that preseason All Mountain West team.
Yeah. All right, 246-0610 is how to get in. You can get in on Lobo Basketball if you'd like. 888-922-0610. Your emails come in this morning, and there's quite a few of them at jeff@610knml.com, jj@610knml.com. On the Twitter, it's _JJ Buck, and on the Facebook, the OD in the AM. When we come back, one Mountain West coach in football questioning why his team is even in this league. And it's a team, a school, who has been rumored to maybe leave the league. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, Hoser, and Alden on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
Crafters, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more
Got some sweet deals for you over on our website, sportsanimalabq.com. You click on the sweet deal icon. There's still some Lobo basketball deals available for you. Half-price season tickets for Lobo men's and women's basketball, so go check those out. Also, tickets 2 for 1 for the Maze. Postless Tamales is still up there. A few left for Cello's Grill and Hadley's Tea. Check all that out at sportsanimalabq.com. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, and Hoser. Rod says this would be a good week to replay your Vegas interviews, Jefferson, and see which coaches were being honest and which were blowing hot air when they said, we've had a good offseason. We think we're improved. The guys worked hard. We have a great recruiting class. I love our staff. Everybody has brought in this year. It would be. Yeah, would be. All right. Lobos will be – Air Force is here, what, August – I'm sorry. Is it the 9th, Hoser? Is that the date? Air Force, I'll find it for you exactly. The Air Force will be here in November. This week, Air Force goes on the road, and they will play at Hawaii. Last week, they were winners, late night, Fresno State. And, New Mexico on November 9th, right after they play Army. And after the game, they've got to go to Hawaii, and then they come back and they play a home game. It's travel in the Mountain West. They go to Hawaii once every 4 years, right? They make this trip once every 4 years. They don't have to go out there every year, certainly not every week. But the Air Force coach, Troy Calhoun, basically said after he questioned, should they be in the conference? Quote, goodness gracious, the kind of challenges we have going forward, every game's going to be hard. This is the reality of where we are and who we are. And he was asked, what does that mean? He says, we're in a league where, to be blunt, I don't know if it's the route maybe we should go. Yet for our guys, the way they played tonight, the preparation and just focus all week long was pretty strong, which is a really strong indicator of the quality of the leadership we have. So he was asked to clarify what he meant by the route they should go. He says, I just don't know if it's really a match. I don't know if it's best. I don't know if now we are, and we're lucky to be, just the quality of the schools, the other member institutions that are part of the league. I don't know what's a better fit. And the American was certainly part of the conversation when Connecticut decided to go independent. Do they go independent? I don't know what that does for them. In fact, Navy was independent and joined a league, the American. The Air Force, I don't even think has the national brand that Navy does. Now, they've got a really nice national brand. They've got followers everywhere. Geographically, this league, I mean, except for the Hawaii thing, they're right in the middle of this geographical footprint, right? Troy's upset. They played an 8:30 game, 8:15 game on a cold Saturday night last week. The week after this, they're going to play another one against Utah State, 8:15 start. It's cutting into their attendance. Does it cut into their exposure? What do you think of what he said?
It caught me off guard. I can understand being frustrated with these late kickoffs, as is every school in this league when they have to play in one of those windows, because then the trickle-down effect of the live gate and everything that goes into a late-night game playing college football. But this really feels like something that has been on his mind more so than just a comment in the moment.
Yeah, he had said something in a preseason media gathering with the Colorado media. There was him, Colorado State. They all got together, and he had mentioned something there. So, yes, this wasn't just a in-the-moment thing. It's something they thought about. Now, I don't know how far the conversation's gone. It's concerning.
It is, because this is a very good program for the Mountain West. Football, they're consistently good and challenging and solid. And you wonder, from Troy Calhoun, because if he's saying that out loud, he's had conversations with people about his football team and the route this program is going to take. What does he feel is better? And maybe there's a little bit more travel, but he looks at, say, the American Conference and go, you realize they're not kicking off at 8:30 at night.
They're not. And would he rather travel to Tulsa, to Houston, to Dallas, to Memphis? I mean, the travel, like, it's not any closer or further to go to Memphis and San Diego. Right? It's not any further to go you get on a plane and you go to Dallas or Albuquerque. Does it matter? I mean, it's a little further trip. Is there a difference between going to who's the furthest east, like going to South Florida? Are they still up in the Northeast? I'm trying to think of the American footprint and where they are. Connecticut's gone, but
you're looking at just Cincinnati.
All right, Cincinnati's right in the middle of the country. They're Temple.
Temple.
All right. So is it any more difficult? Honestly, now the time change is one thing. To get on a plane and go down to play South Florida than it is to go to Hawaii. And by the way, you go to Hawaii once every 4 years. And I'm assuming you would do the same thing in the American. UConn's gone. Is UConn playing as an independent now, right? So they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They got 12 right now. Are they looking to expand? Cincinnati, Temple, UCF, South Florida, East Carolina, and well, the Connecticut's still in. All right, so that would take Connecticut's spot. I mean, it's concerning. And if you're the Mountain West, you're listening to it and you're trying to. I would believe you're trying to massage this thing, and make sure you don't lose a key member of your league, because I think, especially football-wise, they're a key member of your league.
They are.
Your offices are in their city. You can argue after Boise State it's your best brand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can. It's a national brand that it's worldwide. Air Force service men and women.
Yep. Yeah, it's concerning, and I hadn't heard it, and it would surprise me as well. All right, you want me some more emails? 246-0610, 888-922-0610. All right. Matt wants to know, what's the buyout on Davies' contract after this? I don't know the answer, actually. I should. I think it's 1 season, right? It's 1 season of base pay, so it'd be, about $350-ish? If that's what I don't know for certain. I'll find that out. Bourne says, you know what, Jeffers? I was talking to Lobo fans over the weekend. They're crying that Davies should just walk away right now for the good of the program with no buyout. How many folks are going to give up $1 million or whatever it is? I'm not. None of these folks were. Heck, those Lobo fans are the type that would complain if they were cheated out of 15 minutes of paid sick leave. He's not going to walk away. He's got a contract, and he's protected on his side just like UNM's protected on their side. If it gets to that point, there's going to be a buyout, right? I mean, that's just, you got a contract through next year. And you're going to have to deal with that. And I know we're going to have and if it's $15 or $15 million, people are going to complain about it because of the state of the financial situation over there. That's big time athletics, and you're trying to pretend that you're playing big time athletics here, right? So, Mean Machine says, I give Tavaka Tuioti a lot of credit. Jeff, if the truth is he felt his minutes could be better used by playing somewhere else, if the truth is he felt his minutes could be better used by playing someone else who gave Lobo football an increased chance to win a critical contest, I give him a lot of credit. Okay. He says if Lobo basketball is going to meet all the hype this year, they're going to need 3 or 4 selfless guys like Tavaka who realize there isn't going to be enough playing time to keep everyone happy, so their minutes should go to the 6 or 7 players that give Lobo basketball the best chance to reach the Sweet 16.
It's an interesting way to look at it.
It certainly is.
Being selfless by not wanting to play football.
All right. Well, that's good. That guy's giving you a better chance to win. Play him, coach. Don't put me in, coach. Brant says, I sure don't get this, Jeff. Remember when Davey started, he made a big deal of saying to build a program, you need to recruit freshmen and redshirt them, which he did his first season, and even though the numbers were short, that paid huge dividends in the later season. So why has he gone away from that to this cycle, as he called it yesterday, of going after mainly JUCOs? There is a crop of freshmen who are redshirting. It's not straight JUCOs, but yeah, they increase the number of JUCOs to fill in some gaps immediately.
And everyone does that too. Yeah. If you look down the recruiting classes, it's not just, oh my gosh, the University of Mexico is taking so many more JUCOs than everyone else.
Yeah. David's in on LeBron. He says, remember when LeBron tweeted this out in support of MLK 50? It says, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Thank you, MLK 50, hashtag thank you, MLK 50. We talked about LeBron's response yesterday to the China issue and saying that Daryl Morey, the Houston Rockets general manager whose tweet really started this, who ignited it, was not educated or educated. Is that what he said? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And LeBron, we played the quote earlier, and JJ, it just didn't sound like him, right? It sounded like he was somehow coached into what to say, but kind of didn't really. It just was disjointed, and it came out by saying, by sounding like Daryl Morey was not educated about the topic, which nobody really believes, right? Yeah. And LeBron talked himself into a circle and is a social activist, and he certainly is that. It was an interesting way for him to respond. And so, yeah, there's a lot of people talking about that today as well. All right. Come on in, 246-0610, 888-922-0610. Tell us wants to talk about Lobo volleyball. He says, so he's showing me an empty pit for Lobo volleyball. I'm like, really? Did you expect to sell out the 15,000 there? Jeff, on his to-do list, Nunez needs to add figuring out what's happened to this program. Then he shows me a picture. This was last week against one of the top teams of the Mountain West, an hour before post time. And an hour before? Holy smokes. But in the middle of the match, if there was 150 folks at Wise Pies, it'd be generous. How can a financially strapped university justify continuing to offer this sport with numbers like this? Harold, it's not a revenue. They don't offer that sport to generate revenue.
Money.
That's not. I mean, yeah, you like to have people there. Why are they playing in the pit?
I think there's
Johnson's what? Johnson's
renovations are still ongoing.
How long has that been going on?
2-3 years, it feels like.
Good Lord. All right, look, Harold. To your point, yeah, there's not a lot of people there. I'm going to guess if you show me volleyball around the country, the crowd's going to look very similar to those numbers that you showed me. This isn't a revenue-generating sport. You've got a budget. Your expectations on ticket sales are very low, and that's why you go play Notre Dame in football, right?
That is why.
I mean, Harold, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you expect. I know you expect to win a few, but I don't know what you expect on a crowd, especially in a 15,000-seat arena. Like, what did you want? 8,000, 10,000 sellout? What did you want? That's what it's going to look like. When was this, on Saturday? I mean, it's a tough sell on a fall on Saturday to get people to go out. There was soccer that night, right? Then United was on the road. Right. United was on the road. Balloon Fiesta was going on. I mean, come on, what do you want? Kirtland Federal Credit Union is mortgage services team. They've got more than 115 years combined experience, and now they're close to home. Go see the whole team at Kirtland Federal Credit Union Home Loan Center, centrally located on the northeast corner of Jefferson and Osuna. No matter where you are in Albuquerque, the Home Loan Center is close by. No need to drive across town. No need to send mortgage payments out of state, since Kirtland Federal Credit Union is always local. Every step of the mortgage process happens right here at the Home Loan Center in Albuquerque. Go see them, 6700 Jefferson, Suite D1. That's the northeast corner of Jefferson and Osuna. And you can learn more about Kirtland Federal Credit Union's great mortgage services at kirtlandfcu.org/home loan. Kirtland Federal Credit Union, they are more than military. They are for life. Kirtland Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender, federally insured by the NCUA.
The Sports Bar with Michael and Mike.
I wish I was doing nothing and getting paid that kind of money.
If it makes you feel any better, you're doing nothing and getting paid. It's just not that kind of money. You keep not trying, and one day maybe you'll get there.
Weekdays at 3, The Sports Animal.
There's money in them walls.
Yes, honey.
Does he always talk like that?
Ever since we got our home equity loan from Kirtland Federal Credit Union, he's been telling everyone.
Kirtland Federal Credit Union does home equity loans? I thought they were just for the military.
You don't have to be in the military. And it was so easy to apply.
Apply today at kirtlandfcu.org/home equity. Kirtland Federal Credit Union. We're more than military. We're for life. An equal housing lender. Approval based on creditworthiness and other factors. Membership eligibility applies. See a representative for complete details.
O'Reilly. This is Derek's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
After the third time jump-starting my car, I finally realized my battery was dying. So I stopped by O'Reilly to have it checked. They tested it right there in the parking lot. It was bad, real bad. But they helped me find the right battery for my car and even installed it for free. Now my car starts like new.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
And now more Straight Talk from Straight Talk. The big wireless guys try to saddle you with expensive wireless plans because that's how they earn big commissions.
Saddled? What am I, a horse?
No, you are not. That's why with Straight Talk Wireless, you get our unlimited plan for just $45 a month with 25 gigs at high speeds. No contract, no saddle.
Oh, like a wild wireless stallion.
Sure. Switch today and get America's best networks for up to half the cost. Straight Talk Wireless, everything for less.
Savings may vary. See straighttalk.com.
Leonard Tire and Automotive has helped with Cooper tires, installation, repairs. You should really think about trusting your tire and automotive repair jobs with them. Leonard Tire Automotive been a family-run business. One of the things I like about them, there's never been a hassle with them ever. Leonard Tire and Automotive is also car care. Change your oil almost quick as the quick stops can. They do engine repair, tune-ups, just about anything you need done on your vehicle. Stop by and see old Travis or Don Leonard today at Leonard Tire and Automotive. They're good folks, they really are. Second in Lomas or Eubank and Manal.
Guys, have you found yourself feeling sluggish, just don't have the energy you used to have? Or do you want to take care of your hair loss? Struggling with erectile dysfunction or weight loss? It's Jeff Siembieda, and fellas, you don't have to struggle anymore. Call New Mail and you can feel like you again. It's not going to go away just by ignoring it, and certainly there's nothing to be ashamed of. Low T, erectile dysfunction, lack of energy, they're all natural when men reach a certain age, but you don't have to accept it. Call New Mail at 505-652-1688, 505-652-1688, and you can feel better. Men everywhere have made the call and are enjoying the benefits of New Mail's cutting-edge programs, the latest treatments taking care of low T, lack of energy, depression. New Mail is going to help you feel like you again. Call New Mail at 505-652-1688. Right here in Albuquerque, New Mail boasts fantastic success rates. That means guys, maybe like you, are regaining their strength and confidence. If you're suffering from ED, depression, or just flat out tired of being tired, call New Mail at 652-1688 and feel better.
Has your car been blindsided? Make the right call to Quan's Auto Body. With our certified collision repair and top quality customer service, you'll be sure to score with this decision. With 39 years of local experience, Quan's Auto Body is the only choice you should ever need when it comes to choosing an auto body shop. Come and see the guys who make it better at any of our 3 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Quan's Auto Body. We make it better. Visit quans.com.
Mom, I think I saw a
Last spot.
first. No, its eyes are just very lifelike. Then why does its head keep spinning?
Be my friend forever.
Oh, that is scary.
You know what's really scary? Missing out on Geico's easy-to-use mobile app. You can manage your Geico policy whenever, wherever.
Let's play with another doll. Or we can just bury it deep in the ground.
Happy Geico-ween. Download the industry-leading Geico app today.
The Dan Patrick Show, today at 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
I don't know. Vital's here. What's Vital doing here? You taking your job?
That's what I asked him.
Call into the office?
You got a pink slip for me or something?
I don't know. I need to see you. That's fine. Look, we got problems, and if volleyball attendance is one of your problems, that's fine. I just pretty sure it's not near the top of the list of your problems.
A problem?
I just, do you want more people? You want to sell every ticket? Yes. I don't know what to tell you. 246-0610-888.
That might be one of those ones, Jeff, you just look at and go,
should I not read it?
Let's just move on because there's nothing there.
There's nothing there.
It's just like 3 minutes where everyone's just like, what?
He said, I'm not expecting 15,411, but is 3,000 to 4,000 asking too much?
Yes.
Where are the students? Yeah, I think it is asking too much. Yeah.
It's got to be realistic about Olympic sports.
Where are the students? They're out doing stuff, man.
It was fall break.
And it was fall break. Yeah, I think 3 or 4 is asking too much, yeah. And I haven't done my research. I don't know what average volleyball attendance is around the country / around your conference. But I'm going to guess 3,000 to 4,000 is yeah, I think it is asking too much, yeah. Yeah, I absolutely do.
Big time programs that are going to get good attendance at
There's a few.
lot
Who
of
are
things.
Who are they?
Texas, Nebraska.
Okay.
Stanford.
All right. Great.
You're not in that level. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it is asking too much. I do. Grady, good morning. How you living?
I'm living pretty swell. Volleyball attendance and analyzers of the OD and the AM.
Damn.
Jeez. That was a little crazy there. So I wanted to jump in on the whole LeBron China thing. And I'm definitely the one that will give credit where credit is due. I know JJ listens to this guy every now and then, but if you haven't heard Bomani Jones' take on this, it's worth a listen. And it's been the best one that I've heard as far as one that I agree with the most. And the backlash. Well, who's LeBron to say Daryl Morey's tweet was uneducated? Well, I mean, I know it's hard to believe that the athlete with only a high school education might actually have something to say criticizing the executive from MIT, but you would think that the executive from MIT, whose team, quite frankly, has the absolute closest ties with China more than any other NBA team, and you think that this executive would have at least an inkling of the understanding of the complexities of the NBA's relationship with China, you would think that he would at least consider that before sending out that tweet. And if he's so hell-bent on, this is Morey, hell-bent on, well, this is what I believe, and this and that, well, why hasn't he tweeted more? Why hasn't he stood by that?
All right, let me ask you this, because I'm not telling you you're wrong. I haven't heard any of this before, and again, I'm not taking sides on this, because I don't think you're totally wrong. Why didn't Daryl Morey have to be wrong? Why is this a battle between the two of them? I haven't heard in the last week and a half, and just because I haven't heard it doesn't mean it didn't happen. I haven't heard in the last week and a half one person say what you're saying. But until LeBron came out and people were critical of LeBron, now it's all of a sudden a LeBron versus Morey thing. Why hasn't anybody said that in the last week and a half?
Well, I'm not couching this as a LeBron versus Morey thing. I'm couching it as why was LeBron even wrangled into it?
I think that's fair.
He's the face of the NBA.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. But in my opinion, and this is where I said when I heard Bomani Jones' take on it, and again, I couldn't agree more. It's a matter of being able to say, yeah, you NBA players that claim you're all woke and social justice and this and this and that. Well, why aren't you saying this now? It's a chance to me for people to throw it back in their faces. Well, see, you people aren't any better than anybody else, versus the actual root of the problem. And again, and I'll go back to what I just said. If Morey was standing by his First Amendment rights, and he's so offended by this because he's the one that did it, where has he been?
Well, don't you think the NBA probably came in just like they asked the players to stop talking about it? They probably shut him down too.
Well, again, okay. So, why is LeBron's comments being destroyed if the NBA, if exactly what you just said happened?
Yeah.
So then, if LeBron, okay, he fumbled through it. It wasn't him. It didn't sound right. I mean,
do you disagree with that?
Those big words.
But do you disagree with that? Did it sound like him? Honestly, and I'm not killing him for what he said, because I think I do believe what he meant is Daryl Morey didn't realize what his words were going to say. I don't think he was going after Morey's content, right? But did that sound like LeBron James to you?
That sounded like a superstar that was told by the NBA, they're going to ask you this question, you got to get out here and say something. That's exactly what that sounded like to me.
Okay.
And again, I don't understand the criticism. Unless, who is he to say that's uneducated? Well, listen to the words that he used. To me, there's a whole lot of other stuff bleeding into the criticism versus he should have just, said, call a spade a spade. Dude's text was ignorant. It was ignorant and dumb. And it showed a complete lack of understanding of his team's position and the NBA's position in China. So, to me...
From what way? From a business point of view? You mean stand by Hong Kong and those people was dumb and ignorant?
From a business perspective,
so we're talking
absolutely
right. We're talking two different things, right? From a personal, moral, human rights position, and then there's the other side is the business position, right? So,
and if his personal business, human rights, moral position was as convicted as people are wanting LeBron's to be, bringing up his MLK quote and calling him a hypocrite and a boomer science and calling it's hypocrisy. If that's the case, then where is the criticism of the guy who sent the initial text? Why hasn't he stood up against the Chinese government, stood up against the NBA, stood up against his own team, and continued to take a stand?
Because I think he's been shut down just like everybody else has. I really believe that. I somewhat hear what you're saying. It sounds like
it sounds
like you're saying, well, LeBron's taking heat, so damn it, that guy's got to take heat. right? I mean, that's what you're saying.
I'm not saying he has to take heat. I'm saying, why isn't he taking more heat, and why is LeBron taking so much heat? And my to me, that's a rhetorical question, because my response is because there's a whole lot of people that don't like LeBron's social activism. They don't like him speaking out on other issues domestically, and they want to throw it back in his face when he had nothing to do with it in the first place. But this is just another opportunity for them to do that.
Well, I think there's a lot to that. I think there's the haters who are going to rip on LeBron no matter what he says, and so you've got something. I think there's a lot to that. I think at some point the players, and certainly that player, was going to be asked about that, and he was there. While they were there, probably wasn't the time, right? So now they're back out, and LeBron's got a lot of vested interest. The NBA's got a lot of vested interest, so I think they needed to be careful. So I'm not arguing with you on that point. I've this thing's gone on for a week and a half, 2 weeks, and the first time I've heard, and again, just because I haven't heard it doesn't mean it didn't happen, people going after Daryl Morey is because there's people that are asking, going after LeBron, and so, well, if they're going after LeBron, then you've got to go after the other guy too. And I haven't heard it. Where's it been? That's
good question. I have no idea. This is the first that I've discussed it on this show.
Yeah.
So I mean, I have no idea. It's a very complex issue.
Yeah.
And it's not just as simple as standing up for human rights. It's not just as simple as freedom of speech, and a lot of people need to understand freedom of speech here is not the same over there.
Exactly
and
right.
There are so many different levels to it, but yet, again, people are so quick to want to, hypocrisy, and listen to what he said. That's the worst move of his career. And, it's all the other things are completely either ignored or discounted when, in fact, there's more to it than just that.
That's right, and I think it's way oversimplified. All right, I got to go. Thanks for the call, and you lit up all our lines. All right, they're all lit now. 2460610. Got to take this final break. I got one line open. We'll get through as many as we can when we get back on the opening drive.
This
The world-famous Laguna Burger is beautifully handcrafted. A burger that's created from certified Angus beef, sinfully cooked to juicy perfection, and garnished with New Mexico's Hatch green chili. Tempt your taste buds with mouth-watering fresh ingredients.
Cut! We're gonna need another Laguna Burger. Try the irresistible, world-famous Laguna Burger. Visit thelagunaburger.com. It's fresh with a kick. Take 32.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rawlings, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
The Lascombe family has been growing and crafting wine in New Mexico since 1981. Formerly known as St. Clair Winery, we're going back to our roots and honoring our founders, Danielle and Hervé Lascombe. Today, our D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro locations continue to deliver the exceptional wine and food experience you've come to expect from the Lascombe family. Visit us and enjoy a culmination of our 6th-generation winemaking legacy and unique, perfectly paired foods. D.H. Lascombe Winery and Bistro.
Crafters, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Dreamstyle Remodeling has been wowing homeowners in New Mexico since 1989. Selected as Best Custom Home Remodeler for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Albuquerque Journal, we're also your exclusive provider for top home improvement brands like Renewal by Anderson, Four Seasons, Blaze King, and many others. Founded and headquartered in Albuquerque, Dreamstyle Remodeling is family-owned and now employs more than 500 people across the southwestern U.S. In fact, we've helped more than 60,000 homeowners improve their home in New Mexico, Arizona, California, Idaho, and West Texas. We're committed to providing a superior customer experience. We've earned 4.6 stars with hundreds of online reviews and have an A+ with the BBB. Dreamstyle Remodeling is a proud supporter of UNM Athletics. Visit our beautiful 10,000 square foot showroom at 1460 Renaissance Boulevard across from Sam's Club or DreamstyleRemodeling.com to make your home remodeling dreams come true.
What is glamour? Frailty. What is desire? Diamonds. They say a life lived without passion is hardly worth living.
Ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am?
Dang, this one made me feel all special.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
Folks, there's no other way but to be all in. Either he's Lord of all or he is not Lord at all. And you can experience the real and authentic, true life change that only God can provide to humanity. See, when we truly encounter Jesus and purpose to know him and follow his teaching.
I think, as much as LeBron haters are perceived to, they will say, go against anything LeBron says. I think LeBron supporters are very rare to go against any, take another side. His strength, his supporters, and Grady's certainly one of them, will back him to the hilt as much as the haters are.
Well, I'm with you. That didn't sound like LeBron and the way he would take stands on issues. This is one where everyone is going to go against China, but then you have the reality of the situation. That league and those players still have business dealings with China.
All right, let's go. I got 3 lines and love to get them all in if we can. Dan, good morning. Thanks for holding.
What's up, fellas? How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Doing good. I'm doing good. Look, this is not, you guys
on the last issue with Grady talking about this is a complex issue. There's nothing complex about this. Nobody's discussing the merits of China's temerity for human torture or their trade embargoes. It's not what the conversation is about. The conversation is clearly 100% about the hypocrisy. These guys and the NBA have openly taken stances for and against many things in the last few years, not the least of which lately has been the president. I'm not advocating for or against the president, but they love to take a stance, including the NBA, and call the president all kinds of names and take stances against policies. And now all of a sudden, someone sends out a tweet, regardless of what it was, that something's wrong with China.
Stand by Hong Kong.
Now you got these guys, the NBA, actually trying to go after folks that are saying China is responsible for human rights violations and we should do something with China. And these very folks who want to host TV shows, be the talking heads, get out there and have press conferences, refuse to go to the White House when they win championships, all because they want to claim the president's a racist, the president's part of this elite group of neo-Nazis. They're literally taking a stance, exactly what they've been fighting in the United States or claiming to have been fighting for years, all the way back to the Colin Kaepernick stuff. So there's nothing complex about this. What it is a bunch of rich people that are out there being hypocrites, and the average American's calling them on it, and they don't like it. They don't like the fact that, and look, I watched part of what LeBron had to say. I'm not a LeBron hater or a LeBron fan. Nobody tells LeBron James what to say. LeBron James doesn't get a script. If anybody thinks that the NBA went to LeBron and said, you have to say something, and LeBron was like, well, I don't believe this.
I absolutely believe that he was coached on that. I absolutely believe that he was suggested on what to say. And then he took some of that to heart.
I'm not saying he wasn't suggested, Jeff, but if he didn't agree with it, he wouldn't have said it.
Yeah.
There's zero chance that someone went to LeBron and LeBron said, no, I disagree with this.
No, he's going to say what he wants. You're right, but I absolutely believe that there was some coaching and some suggesting there.
Oh, don't. But my point is that when everybody says, "Well, this is a complex," it's not a complex issue. It's hypocrisy at its finest.
Well, it's what are you standing for? Are you standing for the money, the business side, or the human rights side? Because they conflict. They conflict. What's right for your business?
But they shouldn't conflict.
But they do.
If you've taken a stance on other issues in one way, that's the hypocrisy. It's not whether you're for business or China. It's because you openly advocate and attack other individuals, the president, other organizations, and you openly use hostile language against them, and you attack them for the very thing you are now advocating for. That's all this is about.
Yeah. All right, let me get one more in.
Yep, good luck.
No, I appreciate it. Thanks. I want to get one more in before we go. George, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. The Stars #1 most valuable franchise in the world.
This is what I did for?
I can't believe we're talking about social justice again.
Yeah.
But let me say this. If the shoe was on the other foot, talking about shoes, and we were talking about South Africa supporting a white sport here in America and athletes keeping their mouth shut about apartheid, I don't think we'd be having this conversation with the black players. I'm not a LeBron hater. In fact, I've been a Laker fan. I knew Michael Cooper and started rooting for the Lakers when Michael played there. Rooted for him since, and it's clear that these NBA players they're making millions and millions of dollars from their shoe endorsements out of China, their advertising out of China. I was in China a year and a half ago. The biggest billboard on the side of a building, like 30 feet tall, had James Harden on it, and I think Chris Paul, and I forget who the third player was. The NBA is making tons and tons of money. And it's a shame that these guys don't understand, slavery like they have in China, the lack of freedom they have in China. To stand up for that because they're making some money is really outrageous, and shows a lack of guts and fortitude and understanding, that human freedom everywhere is important, and to take the position that, well, it's money and it's business. You know what? It was business with slavery. It was business with apartheid. It was business with killing the Jews.
People were making money.
During World War II. So, it really is a shame to see these guys lack understanding about what in the world America really should be standing for.
All right, man.
Anyway,
thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Wow. Yeah, and Grady sent me an email that said Dan just proved my point exactly. Look, how did we get here, by the way? Grady?
It's well, how did we get here?
Yeah.
Because it was a huge story.
It still is. It still is.
And it is trying to talk about, everyone says it's simple. Yes, you can say you're against China, but then are you pulling all your business dealings out of China then to prove your point? Anybody's not going to do that.
Daryl Morey sent out a tweet that I heard nobody criticize the content of the tweet until now. LeBron said something. People criticize LeBron. People are coming to defense of LeBron. There's probably a little truth in both of them, by the way. 2460610 tomorrow. Come on in. We'll continue. The Jim Rome Show is next. The Dan Patrick Show follows that. The Sports Bars this afternoon at 3. Thank you to Doug Martin. He was a guest on the show today. Appreciate him coming in. New Mexico State's football coach. All the producers on ProView Network. How many was that?
30.
All right. Thank you. All the produced for you on the ProView Networks. Hoser produced for you on the audio side. You good?
20.
All right. Go out and be good to each other. We'll be back with award-winning radio for you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing, please. Enjoy your day. We'll see you tomorrow.